Yo, it's your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics, back at you with a new video. We got the Baylor Bears versus the Gonzaga Bulldogs, number 1 versus number 1 for the college football men's national championship with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatic. So I was just playing around with some, different backgrounds and different looks. I got the one for the NFL. I got another one for the MLB. Obviously, it's March Madness, so I figured I'd change up the format just a little bit so that way we can have a different kind of look. Sam Darnold to the Panthers. I did a reaction video kind of live stream going kind of my feelings on it. I absolutely love it. If you're going from Adam Gase, literally one of the worst head coaches and worst play callers in the league, and now you're going with Brady and Coach Rule. So you're going from literally one of the worst to one of the best. So you saw what Ryan Tannehill was able to do once he left Adam Gase. So, and another thing that I didn't really, point out that I thought was kind of a game breaker, Robbie Anderson. So we know Robbie Anderson and Sam Darnold have that connection, right? But he'll be able to play with him now again, which is very exciting. So I'm really stoked about that. And we know Zach Wilson will be the man in the New York football, Jets, Jets, okay? So we know that, and they're going to get some picks, and I like what they're going to be able to do moving forward, all right? But on top of that, with the Panthers, bottom line, Sam Darnold is better than Teddy Bridgewater. Now you don't have to worry about possibly going for a Trey Lance or a Justin Fields or a Mac Jones bust. What you can do is you're going to need offensive line. So you can go Penei Sewell. You can definitely hit that position. And if you do hit that position, that's going to give you someone to protect Sam Darnold, which I think is going to be very important. Or you could end up getting a guy like Kyle Pitts, with Run CMC. And if you look at that lineup, it's pretty scary. So you lost, you still have DJ Moore. You ended up losing one of your guys, Curtis Samuel, to the Washington football team. But you got to think, all right, you got Sam Darnold. You got Run CMC, Christian McCaffrey, if he's healthy. DJ Moore on one side, Robbie Anderson on the other side, and then possibly who? You might end up getting a guy like Kyle Pitts from the University of Florida. You might get a guy like Jamar Chase from LSU. So there's a lot of potential there. I think the Panthers can end up making, things work out, and they could be better than the Falcons and maybe compete with the Saints, maybe even take the Saints spot. So I'm excited about that. We got the Baylor Bears in the building, Gonzaga Bulldogs. I'm excited to see how this is going to play out. And like I said, you guys know me for NFL. You know me for college football, MLB, wrestling. But I figured I'd kind of switch it up a little bit. I was playing around with some of the backgrounds, and I figured I wanted to go with something like this, kind of like a gamer, with Twitch and kind of how they do their layouts there. I'm excited for the matchup. I hope you guys are having a great day. And like I said, smash the like button if you can. Donate to your boy. If you're in the room, let everyone know. You can share this on your Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever you got to do. I'm hoping for a good outing in this, and I'm hoping that this matchup ends up being somewhat close to the Gonzaga-UCLA thriller that we saw go into overtime. And then obviously we know with Hurts, with the bank shot, ended up getting them to this point right here. And if they end up winning, they'll be the first team to win and be undefeated for about 40 or 50 years all the way through. So Cash Out Hybrid in the building, Justin Wills in the building, Adventures with AG in the building. Yeah, I'm not really into the basketball, but I mean, like I said, your boy's always a grinder. I'm always grinding for content. And like I said, this is the championship. This is it. Final Four, I'm going to try to do a little bit, whether the matchups are good or bad. If you're in the Final Four, you're one of the 4 best teams in college basketball. And like I said, even though basketball isn't my favorite, when the NBA Finals roll around and they get to that point where it's like the Lakers and the Nets, I'm still going to probably end up doing a few live streams. Because I know we have enough fans on the channel that love football, love college football, love NFL, love wrestling. But some of them, they end up having a little love for the NBA. Maybe not so much for me, but it is what it is. So you can kind of check out the hardwood floor scoreboard that I'm debuting here. So you can kind of check that out. A little bit different of a look than you normally see, but I hope everyone likes it. And like I said, when we end up getting the game going, we'll have a few more people hopping in the room, and hopefully we end up having a good game. He said, Cash Out says, Orion, UCLA almost beat them. They could have won. Like I said, we've seen them play in this tourney. The Pac-12 has been very, very strong, throughout this, 2021 season. We saw Stanford go against Arizona for the women's. Who would have thought? We thought Page and UConn were going to end up probably getting the championship, but it shows you every year is different. Every sport season is different. You're never really going to know what's going to happen until the games are played out. And like I said, even though I'm not really too big into the college basketball or into the NBA, this is worth streaming. I need to have this on the profile so that way when we end up getting this going, I can have some history, because I like to be able to go back and look through all the different reaction videos, all the original content. I ended up doing the Sam Darnold story when it broke. So when I ended up breaking that story, pretty much when Adam Schefter broke it and then, did the live stream, went over about 50 minutes, kind of my feeling about the trade. Who won the trade? Who lost the trade? I think it's fantastic for the Panthers, and I think the Jets ended up winning the trade too, because you ended up getting some good draft capital. 6th-rounder this year, not that big of a deal, but I believe a second and a fourth the following year. So I think that it works out for the Jets to build around Zach Wilson, so we know that's going to happen, okay? And then when we go and look at the Panthers, I think the Panthers are going to end up really competing with Atlanta and the Saints for that second spot, especially if they end up getting Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase. But one of their number one needs is offensive line. So if Penei Sewell is there, don't be surprised that the best offensive lineman in the draft goes to the Carolina Panthers if he doesn't go number 5 overall to the Cincinnati Bengals, who also need offensive line to cover Joe Burrow's blind side after that injury. And then I also know his dream scenario would be playing with Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers. But I'm not too sure if he's going to last that long, but I know if he could go to one spot, his number one spot, Penei Sewell wants to play with Justin Herbert on the Chargers. But if he gets picked, by Cincinnati Bengals at 5, or if he goes to the Panthers at 8, it is what it is. But everyone get locked and loaded. Baylor Bears, Gonzaga Bulldogs, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, at NW Sports Fanatics. Cash Out Hybrid. You hear about the Paul Shithead getting fired from, yeah, I did hear about Paul Pierce. Odin Child, bang, my boy, $10. Appreciate you. I ended up having a good night based off your donation that you started it off and popped it off. I know you're not into baseball. The actual matchup with that last night with the Angels and White Sox ended up being a thriller, going all the way to the end of the bottom of the ninth to decide the winner. Ended up getting about $50 to $55 in donations. Got some with the Cash App, got some obviously on the channel here. You're always a big contributor. Odin's Child, my boy, always gets it popping off. And like I said, I don't get Raw here until 8 o'clock Pacific time, so that's why I figured I can do this first, and then if I can touch on Raw on the West Coast, I don't end up getting that East Coast feed. Now with AEW and the TNT app, I can end up watching it around the same time as you guys, Eastern time, so I have no idea what's going on Raw besides, if I cheat and go on Twitter, I can kind of see what's going on there. But it's WrestleMania week, so you're going to have NXT TakeOver, we're going to have WrestleMania, there's going to be a lot going on, and I'm going to end up doing a WrestleMania live stream Saturday and Sunday with my boy Swaggy P. But I hope everyone is having a great Monday. I'm going to end up going and, taking my test, to see what opportunities I have for other either part-time or full-time work on top of, doing this YouTube thing that I do full-time. So I'm excited about that. This matchup should be special. We got Baylor Bears, a heavy underdog. I don't think I've seen one person that thinks that Baylor's going to win tonight. Every single quote-unquote pundit or expert has been saying Gonzaga, Gonzaga, Gonzaga. So we'll see if that happens or if Baylor can pull off the upset. If you haven't smashed the like button just yet, please do. Baylor Bears, Gonzaga Bulldogs, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/ NWSF or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Let's go, man. Chain gang in the building. We got the national anthem here going. $10 donation by Odin's Child. I'm excited for Raw. And then obviously we know NXT is going to be on Tuesdays, AEW Wednesdays, and then we're going to end up having SmackDown on Fridays. So you got pretty much wrestling all the way through, which is pretty exciting. They got it spread out, and that was in a matter of time. We knew that NXT was not winning the war with AEW Dynamite, so them going to a different day is going to give you something else to watch on Tuesday, and the takeovers that are going to be coming up, WrestleMania. I am really excited to see where it plays out and where it goes. And then we got the big news, the Sam Darnold did the Panthers news, so I dropped that video based off the news dropping. And like I said, it's very interesting to see. I think the Panthers won that trade. I know the Jets are going to use it for capital as well. If you didn't get a chance to see my take on it, Sam Darnold traded to the Panthers, a reaction. It's about 53 minutes. I did a live stream and vibed with the fans. Kind of went over, my 2 cents based on who I thought won the trade, the compensation, how the trade went down, and then looking forward, what the Panthers' outlook is. A lot of people are kind of haters on Sam Darnold, but I think it's going to work out for the Panthers. I think they're going to have a great opportunity to make the playoffs, especially if Sam Darnold stays healthy the full season, as well as run CMC Christian McCaffrey. All right, baby. I got my pineapple. I got my water. I'm ready to go. Cash out in the building. Odin's Child in the building. Rhea Ripley had to take over for, obviously, Charlotte Flair with the COVID. I imagine she still has it, so. What's popping off in Raw? What's going on? I don't want to spoil the whole show because, I'll end up watching it, but has anything crazy happened? I saw something with, was it Bad Bunny's car, and there's, spray paint on it. I don't know if Miz spray painted it or something like that. I saw something on Twitter, but other than that, I haven't really seen any matches or I haven't heard anything what's gone down in Raw, but that's why you guys get a little bit lucky on the East Coast. You guys get that Raw feed right at 5 o'clock. Well, which would it be 8 o'clock? Right now, I guess I would assume it's 9:14 right now, 6:14 here. Tony Robles in the building. What to do? Like I said, I know not a lot of people, maybe have the love for college football or NBA. It hasn't really been the same, since COVID hit, but this is the championship game. And like I said, there's nothing else really going on besides Raw. So, if you're watching Raw, that's one thing. But like I said, hang out with your boy and, you can watch Raw. You can end up watching college basketball, the championship. All right. The championship. Baylor Bears, Gonzaga Bulldogs, for it all. Have heard pretty much everyone saying Gonzaga is going to be the champions. And we know right now, with Stanford beating a nice Pac-12 opponent for the women's title, we saw them beat Arizona over the weekend. Baylor Bears, heavy underdog. What to do? Hop in the room and join your boy. And like I said, I've been grinding. Like I said, I did the White Sox and the Angels. Got pretty good views off the live stream. So this baseball thing is definitely going to work out for me. Been getting good donations on the baseball streams. Big part of that is Odin's Child getting it popping. And then, like I said, I did the Sam Darnold. Traded to the Panthers. And it's nice because now you don't have to worry about getting Justin Fields, Mac Jones, or Trey Lance. And if they bust, now you can figure on getting a guy that could be a generational talent to pair up with Run CMC, to pair up with Robbie Anderson, pair up with DJ Moore. So, pretty exciting. Kyle Pitts, Jamar Chase, Penei Sewell. Panthers are definitely going to be popping off. Starting lineups now. Here we go. Tony Robles in the building. Cash Out in the building. Memopolis in the building. Go Dodgers, baby. Odin Child in the building. Adventures with AG. Let's go. Vital. Nathan Dodson. Sup, Rizzo? I must have didn't know where you were. Awesome setup. Thank you, man. Like I said, I just thought I'd play around with the setup. I know I see Twitch and how they usually do, a guy in the corner and they got the video game screen. And like I said, I usually will be in the middle like I do for the MLB or the NFL. But I figured I would just mix it up and just do something a little bit different. And like I said, I'm excited for this March Madness. Put a little time and effort. And like I always like to experiment when I'm using the green screen. Like I said, this will be something that 9 times out of 10, when I end up doing a live stream, you're going to see me in the traditional middle, maybe every once in a while on the right side or the left side, but I thought I'd play around a little bit. You got the scoreboard now with the hardwood background instead of the grass. And like I said, I usually don't do a whole lot of NBA or college basketball. But if it's Final Four or the championship, I'm a sports fan. I mean, I'm going to be paying attention. I'm going to be watching this anyways, so I might as well put in the hard work and the effort, with the display and the green screen. And like I said, if I can have a few people hop in the room and join me, we're watching it together. We can witness history and Gonzaga win it all and go undefeated, or Baylor with the upset. And as you guys know, in any stream that I do, we can talk NFL. We can talk Sam Darnold. We can talk Panthers. We can talk Jets. We can talk the draft. We can talk about this game. We can talk about Raw. We can talk about WrestleMania. So I appreciate every single one of y'all in the building. NWSF Chain Gang in the building. And obviously seeing Sizzle, right? When you saw Jalen Suggs with the half quarter, with the bank against UCLA, even though UCLA probably could have won that game, probably should have won that game. Very enticing, a lot on the line, and never see teams go undefeated. Never, right? We haven't had an undefeated team in like 40 years. It was like Indiana with like Bobby Knight, all right? So usually when they get to this point, they fizzle out. Normally Gonzaga is number 1 seed, number 2 seed, and they fizzle out by like the Sweet 16 almost every single year. But this year is different. This year they have the shooters. This year they have the size. This year they have the depth. And I haven't heard one person thinking Baylor's going to win this matchup. But I appreciate that you like it. I said, I didn't even know where you were. Awesome setup. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Like I said, a little bit different, and normally I'm going to be in the middle, but I thought I would just kind of change it up, and I appreciate that you can recognize the hard work that I put into it, and I'm excited, man. Like I said, we got Gonzaga, right? We got Baylor for the men's championship. Once this ends, obviously we're shifting more towards WrestleMania, NXT, right? We shift over to pay-per-views. We're shifting over to the NBA playoffs. MLB is in full swing. First week is already over. And then we get closer and closer to my favorite time, the NFL draft. Scott Drew. Mark Few. And obviously Gonzaga is a Northwest team, out here in Washington, near Oregon. So I'm very familiar with Gonzaga. But if Baylor wins, I don't know how many people are going to put money on Baylor, or if you're just cash out, just doesn't like Gonzaga, or maybe he just likes underdogs and wants to see history be broken. But I wouldn't be surprised if Baylor does win. Like I said, I think overall the Gonzaga Bulldogs have the better roster based on what I've seen. It's not like I've watched every game of them, just based on the reading and the film and a little bit, getting prepared for this matchup from what I've seen. But I haven't seen anyone pick Baylor. Cash Out's the only one in the world that's picking Baylor. But if two teams are out there playing, anything can happen. And obviously getting off to a fast start in the first half is going to be clutch. Baylor Bears, Gonzaga Bulldogs, number 1 seed versus number 1 seed. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Like Odin's Child did, $10. My boy. Appreciate you. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. And $34.99, brand new hoodies available for purchase. I lowered the price on those. You say Gonzaga chokes every year. They do, but remember this. Gonzaga has never been undefeated at this point. You know what I mean? They never are undefeated, ever. They always have 2 losses, 5, 6, 4, 8. They're never undefeated, and they ran that all the way from the beginning of the tournament. So it seems like this team is a little bit different. They've choked in the past, but this is not like the Ohio State quarterbacks where they all choke when they go to the NFL, all right? This might be a little bit different. 31-0. They got to the championship game. Tough matchup for them, as we know. Tough matchup for them was UCLA, but it is what it is. They found a way to get it done. All right, here we go, baby. Tip off. Let's go. Ooh, get that board. This is going to be a battle down low. You can already tell right now. Shake and bake at the top of the key. Jumper. Bang! Right over. Ayayi. I see you. Ooh, fake step back. Ooh, Suggs for three, in and out. All right, Baylor. They're going to have to get off to a really good start. A lot of offensive board so far. Woo! Let's go. Let's go. 4-0. All right, Baylor, I see you. Ooh, and a charge. Okay, cash out. Cash out. You know it, baby. I got Lady Gaga and Gonzaga Bulldogs. Message from an Eagle. What to do? You think the Panthers won the trade? I think they did as well. I think this is a good thing for them so they don't have to worry about getting a potential bust in Justin Fields, a bust Trey Lance or Mac Jones. I think it's going to work out great for them. And if they get Kyle Pitts or Jamar Chase or Penei Sewell, I mean, the Panthers could maybe make the playoffs right away. Woo! Bang! 7-0 Baylor. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, Gonzaga. You're supposed to go undefeated. You're supposed to win this. What up, OrionNWSF? You're so small in the corner, bro. Yeah, I thought I would mix it up a little bit. Ooh, scramble for the boards. You know, I was just playing around with the green screen, and it's not like I do basketball that often. So, you know, I figured that I'll do something a little bit different. I can always move myself over and make it bigger, but shake and bake. Shake and bake. Mac Jones is a system QB, agreed. But he has a little bit more skill set than I think people really realize. He is a good decision maker, and he might end up being better than Justin Fields and Trey Lance. That wouldn't surprise me. But they're no Zach Wilson or Trevor Lawrence. That's big facts. 7-0 Baylor. They have to come out with energy as that true underdog. They look confident out there. Oh, my. Nice layup. Oh, my. Let's go. 9-0 Baylor. Are you fucking kidding me? Gonzaga, are they going to choke again? Oh, rejected. Get the fuck out of here. Oh, my. Wow. Nice Jared Butler layup. Let's watch this again. Look at this. Get out of here. Oh, Dikembe Mutombo. I love it. Baylor Bears versus Gonzaga Bulldogs live. Play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Either on here, patreon.com/NWSF or the GoFundMe. And you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch. Link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram. NW Sports Fanatics. Nola in the building. Zach Dotson in the building. It's going to be exciting. Like I said, I think Zach Wilson is going to be able to pop off. Like I said, it'll take time just because of Wasala and the roster. You know, it's going to take a couple years. A little reach-in foul there by Suggs. 2 fouls for him already, too. Not a good sign for a guy that's supposed to be the savior of Gonzaga. 9-0. The absolutely worst possible fucking start you could have if you're Gonzaga right now. Come on, Baylor. Nice pass. Nice dime. Oh, nice board. Look at the effort by Baylor going after the boards. Killing the glass. 6-1 so far. 9-0 Baylor. Hitting him with the hezzy. The shake and bake. Oh, he just missed it. Oh, he just missed it. Oh, there we go. And a foul. What a do. Of course I'm ready for the draft. Jamison Meza in the building. What to do? Yeah, I think, like I said, most people, want to tune in to see if Gonzaga is going to end up, making history. But that's a lot of pressure, on them as well. For what we saw with the Sizzle's cousin, your boy. All right, Jalen Suggs. A lot of pressure, for being undefeated and being able to get that one last win. And if they do it, it's the first time a team has done it in 40 or 50 years. But Baylor, they're like, fuck this, man. We're going to try to upset the history. Got a Pac-12 team in Stanford, beat Arizona 54-53 for the women's, and a lot of us thought it would be UConn with Paige. And Paige is one of the best freshman female ballers I've ever seen, besides like a Diana Taurasi kind of phenom. But with the men's, Baylor is a heavy underdog, but they don't look like it right now. Oh, woo, baby! Big shot. You fucking kidding me? This is crazy. 11-1, bro. They got to get Timmy the ball. Baylor's defense is suffocating. That's what they're kind of known for. Man, they're all over them like stink on shit, aren't they? Man, of course I'm ready for the fucking draft. No, I don't need another QB, Nola. I'm not you. I'm not the Saints. Come on now. No, fuck no. There's no good QBs after the first couple. Come on, man. I'm drafting on fucking depth. I don't have any needs, all right? I can end up getting Travis Etienne, Najee Harris, from Bama. If I get another running back in the first round, get another pass rusher, to replace JPP in the near future, get another corner, Carlton Davis, and some of his racist information, racist talks that he had. Come on, man. Carlton Davis, you got to be better, all right? But you got him, Sean Murphy-Bunting, Jamel Dean, Antoine Winfield Jr. They have Asante Samuel Jr., obviously from Florida State. I wouldn't mind taking him, but there's going to be a lot of opportunities to take a player that maybe has played in the past and take their son, like I did with Antoine Winfield Jr. But corner, running back, obviously pass rusher is going to be really the direction that they're going to go. I'm expected, to get to the playoffs, win the NFC South, or compete for it. Obviously, we'll have to see what Jameis does. I'm not really too sold on him being the future, of the franchise, but you never know. Maybe those eyes are fixed. They got a good coach, but, you guys have a lot of holes to fill, and if the Panthers end up drafting well, they might end up taking your spot, and they might end up being number 2 in the NFC South. I'm interested to see on how it all plays out for the Bucs and the Saints and the Panthers, and who knows? Maybe even the Falcons will do something. The Falcons, not too sure about it, but you got a lot of issues. You got to end up picking linebacker. You got corner, secondary issues, Trey Hendrickson replacement, a Sheldon Rankins replacement. So it's not like you guys have the same roster. Your offensive line is great. You got Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston. We'll see if that ends up working out. Running backs, elite. You got, AK-41 Alvin Kamara, the alien, so he'll be nice. Latavius Murray. We'll see what Michael Thomas can do. But getting another wide receiver is going to be definitely very important. Elijah Moore would be one of them from Ole Miss. Kadarius Toney from Florida, but he'll probably be gone by the time the Saints pick in the late first round. But it'll be interesting. I'm excited for the NFL draft. I'll do day 1, round 1, and day 2, rounds 2 and 3. So far, this game has been very surprising. 11-1 Baylor. I don't think anyone saw that coming one bit. And then you end up getting a amazing upset and Sam Darnold getting traded to the Panthers, for a 6th rounder this year and a 2nd and 4th next year. So in 2022. So I really like the Sam Darnold pickup. Some people didn't like it. Some people are telling me they think Teddy Bridgewater's better than Sam Darnold. You're smoking crack. No way in hell. Sam Darnold with Brady at OC. When Ryan Tannehill had Gase left, he ended up breaking out and was like 4th out of like 32 quarterbacks based off some of the rankings. So if I know Ryan Tannehill can get away from fucking Adam Gase's fucking druggy ass, fucking crackhead ass, I know Sam Darnold will be able to pop off. Nice shot from deep. They needed that. 11-4 Baylor. Let's go. Yeah, 3-game preseason, but who knows how many, games the starters are going to play. Maybe the last game. Nice. Nice pocket pass. Timmy. I was expecting Timmy to have a big game, a lot of looks. They'll probably go to him in the post in the second half, very heavy. Nice pass. Almost a turnover, though. Swings it onto the baseline. At the top of the key. Baylor's defense is suffocating. Nice board. That's one thing that you can notice. The damn crackheads, man. Adam Gase, crackhead. Oh, baby, from deep. Let's go. This is not good for Gonzaga. 16-4, not a good look. Teddy or Winston, neither. Put them both in the trash. No, I'm joking. Fucking A, man. I don't like Winston just because he turns the football over. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to, get to the playoffs and go deep in the playoffs with a guy that turns the football over. Now, you got an awesome O-line. You got a great coach. You got weapons. You're going to need another wide receiver. Defense has got some holes to fill, so maybe they'll be able to do it there. But I wouldn't be sold on Winston long-term. I wouldn't give him a long-term deal. I got rid of him, got Tom, got a Super Bowl. So it shows you right there. And the team was essentially the same, except for Antoine Winfield Jr., Tristan Wirfs, and then obviously getting Gronk and AB and Tom. But we really built the team with the draft like Devin White. So I don't know, man. I mean, Teddy is like a backup quarterback to me. When you have a good, pieces on the team, like when Drew Brees went out a couple years, he's definitely serviceable. Right, but I don't think I would have Teddy long-term either. He's out of like 32 quarterbacks. What is he? 25 out of 32? And then Jameis is, has the opportunity to have a better arm. I mean, he can throw for the yards, but he's going to give you the turnovers too. Teddy at least is not going to turn the football over. So both quarterbacks leave things to be desired. You want Teddy to have a better arm, but he's just more of a game manager. Jameis Winston's got the arm and got the physical talent, but he's a fucking knucklehead. He's kind of a dumbass, right? And he, does stupid things off the field, gets in trouble, right? And he gets a lot of turnovers. And if you get turnovers, that's going to cost your team. So I don't know. I don't really like either one of them. I wouldn't want them long term. Like I would take Teddy Bridgewater as my backup QB to Tom Brady, like a backup. But I mean, as far as starter is concerned, I wouldn't want either one. Juan Gotti in the building. He says, start my baseball game tomorrow. Let's go. Finally, the Nats, huh? You want to be able to get some action there. Jamison Meza would love to see the Titans go cornerback first round and second round, linebacker third round. I see him. The Titans are going to be good. Like I said, I think that they're going to be the front runner to win the division. And then we're going to have to see if Carson Wentz and the Colts, can live up to it. There's going to be a lot of pressure. Yeah, they got Darius Leonard. Yeah, they got a good defense. Yeah, their defense is better than yours. But with Bud Dupree, that's going to tighten things up for you guys. So I'm excited about that. And you still got A.J. Brown. You still got Tannehill. You still got King Henry. So we're going to have to kind of see. I think Jack Conklin, going to the Browns was a bigger loss than people anticipated. But if you can end up building that O-line up again, that definitely will be the first step, to being able to give Tannehill even more time. But like I said, the problem isn't really the offense, it's the defense. So you guys just need to be able to stop someone. And all that pressure with Carson Wentz being the man, it might be too much for him. Yeah, I'd probably go Teddy, just because he's not going to turn the ball over. Yeah. So bottom line, Nola, you're Saints, and you are fucked with Jameis Winston. I definitely would not give him anything long term. You're going to need a player like a Tannehill. You're going to need a player like that to go after Drew Brees if you guys want to be successful. Because after Tom leaves, I'm going to need to get a QB, and I would want someone like a Ryan Tannehill. And so you guys had Brees leave, and you're going to need someone like that. If we don't get someone in the draft, your team is too good unless you have injuries. You know what I mean? Like unless Cameron Jordan goes down, Michael Thomas goes down, and you guys end up winning like 5 games, that's going to be the only way you're going to get a franchise QB in the draft if you guys just have all these crazy injuries. All right? But if you don't and you end up being 8-8 or better, then you're going to have to find someone in free agency because your record's going to be too good, or you're going to have to trade up, which is possible too. 18-6? Are you kidding me? Wow, crazy. Senile said, I'd rather have Winston. Teddy does not like to push the ball downfield. You need to call 4 verts to get him to throw it. Yeah, but the thing is, he won't turn the football over. Ooh, no foul call there. Baylor being very aggressive for 3. Woo! Let's go. Baylor Bears. Who said that Baylor can't win? That's the problem when one team is so heavily favored. You don't know if that emotional win in that Final Four, it's like almost that an emotional win in the NFC Championship game or AFC Championship game or in the divisional round. Sometimes you peak, and when you end up winning in a wild card game or a divisional round, you come out flat in that next game. But obviously this is for it all. This is for to be the champion in 2021. So horrible time to have a shitty game, but 21-8. It's not over yet, but it's not looking good. Look at that, wide open. Yeah! Let's go, Baylor. Oh, baby. No, let's see. We got to see what you can do, bro. I ain't going to knock him yet. Hey, yeah, but like I said, your team is nowhere near where you guys were in the last few years. You know what I mean? Tampa Bay beat you guys down, in the playoffs. I went all the way. You guys beat us in the regular season. But like I said, you got to take advantage while the iron is hot. And now the team is much worse than what it was when you had Drew. So you're going to have to rebuild and see, where you're going to be at, especially if the Panthers end up getting a nice player like a Chase, or a Penei Sewell or a Kyle Pitts. I mean, they might eventually take over, the division sooner than later, especially if they keep drafting well. Maybe not next year because I'll still have all my starters there. Nice steal by Baylor. But the Panthers are coming. Jameson Mays, I'm honestly not scared of Carson Wentz. Yeah, I wouldn't be either. But they got Quentin Nelson. They don't have any wide receivers. They're going to need Kadarius Toney. They're going to need someone besides T.Y. Hilton and Michael Pittman Jr. I like Jonathan Taylor, though. They have some pieces. Nice block by Timmy. Nice pass. There we go. Ooh. Wow. Baylor is athletic as shit, aren't they? Wow. Holy moly. I got to get some pineapple. I got some pineapples in the business. Odin's Child, are you buying all the Fiend merch? That shit is expensive, bro. All the masks, right? All the accessories, the lantern. How much money have you been spending on Fiend shit, bro? Are you like $500 deep in Fiend shit? Man. Odin's Child in the building. Baylor Bears 23, Gonzaga Bulldogs. Everyone and their mama told me, oh, it's going to be Gonzaga. They're going to do it. Every expert on TV, Gonzaga, Gonzaga, Gonzaga. It ain't looking like Gonzaga right now. They're getting their fucking ass kicked. They're not aggressive. They're getting outplayed. They're getting out-hustled. They're getting out-rebounded. 23-8. I mean, anything can happen, but Baylor, I mean, you can never underestimate the underdog. I kind of had a feeling, I didn't know it was going to be like this, but I had a feeling that Baylor would be a lot closer than people thought, and that's big facts. No, let's say we'll still be all right, bro. We still got AKMT, Davis, yeah, but eventually when Lattimore's contract's up, you're not going to be able to afford everyone. Michael Thomas, Lattimore, and all these people, you're only going to have to pick and choose, at that point. So you better draft well, and you're going to have to find your successor. And it's not Taysom Hill, and it's not Jameis Winston. Taysom Hill will be the Swiss Army knife, but you're going to need to get someone better than Jameis Winston if you're going to want to get to the NFC Championship game. I think we can all agree to that. You're going to need someone better. Even if he plays better for your team than he did for mine, no Saints fan feels comfortable with Jameis Winston. Let's be honest with ourselves for a second. We've seen how shitty he was for my team for all those years. Even with LASIK eye surgery, it's not necessarily his eyes, it's his decision-making. His arm, he's got an arm. I mean, he could have played professional baseball, from Florida State to the MLB. We know he's an athlete, but I think the mental side of it, he's kind of immature, So if you're immature, you get in trouble off the field. I don't give a fuck if you get, your eyes fixed and you're like fucking Data from fucking Star Trek, or you're fucking like one of those Marvel guys, you know what I mean? Like Cyclops. And he's like, his eyes, it's not going to matter that much. It's the decision making, He was fucking passing blind all those years. I mean, he could still see good enough, but yeah, I'm not a believer. Definitely not a believer. Seth Warner in the building. Baylor is killing them motherfuckers in the building. The deluxe mask. How much was the deluxe mask? I'm afraid to ask. 200? 300? JJ Trilla, Baylor in the building. Dylan, W26 in the building. What to do? WWE sells all that shit. I mean, like I said, Odin's Child is all over the Fiend merch. And I know you love masks too, Nola. So I don't know how much they cost, but you might want to look into that too. Nathan Dotson's like, how is this happening? It's just the aggressive team. And it's not like Baylor was a shitty team this year. They were a number 1 seed, as well. Cash out, you jinxed them. It's a Gonzaga overrated. But this Gonzaga team had potential to actually go all the way. We never have seen a Gonzaga team undefeated, going into the tournament and then, carrying that momentum off. And UCLA probably should have beat them. Definitely a tough matchup for them. But then Jalen Suggs with that half quarter got it done. Taysom only works with a franchise QB to complement. Agreed. $199 for the first deluxe. $249 limited to 500. Woo, baby. Send me pictures, my guy. Made by Savini Studios. I bet it's fire. Send me pictures, bro, when you get your Fiend mask. I want to see them. I saw the Fiend lantern that you bought, which is fire. It's like $100. I can't wait for WrestleMania. Big facts. 23-10, and like I said, I appreciate every single one of y'all in the building. Like I said, the support for the channel has been fantastic. I'm going to do the NFL and the college football thing. Every once in a while, I'll do some NBA, maybe finals, maybe some March Madness. But as we get closer to the NFL draft, your boy's going to be all over that, and I'm excited for WrestleMania. My boy Swaggy P is coming on the weekend on Saturday and Sunday, and I haven't ordered Peacock. I don't know if I have to pay the $9.99 just yet. But, oh, get the fuck out of here. Big fucking block. My God. Oh, shit. Thamba. You remember Mo Bamba. Shit, Thamba. Get the fuck out of here. What a block. No. No, like the Dikembe Mutombo commercial. Wow. Unbelievable. 23-10. Oh, my God. Pouring it on, motherfucker. Pouring it on for 3. Oh, my God. 26-10. Mark Few's got to get these guys motivated. I mean, even if you try to chunk this down and go on a little 8-0 run, I mean, you're down by 16. That's going to be tough. With Baylor's defense, as stifling as it is, that's one thing that they had the advantage on, and this may come into like the NFL. Defense wins championships, and it's definitely in the NFL. It works, obviously, in the MLB. Maybe not so much in the NBA. You're going to need some defense, but if your offense is, finds a way to get it done with like big superstar players. But in this college basketball game, Gonzaga has the better team, player for player, the better offensive skilled players, but Baylor's defense obviously was kind of the one thing that I thought that, was a little bit better, and that's what a lot of these people thought. But even with Baylor's defense being suffocating, they thought that the offensive talent was just too much, right? Player for player, Timmy and all these other guys, they're just too much. Well, I'm looking at the fucking scoreboard right here, 26-10. They're getting their ass kicked, and that's big facts. Jesus. Cash out in the building. Woo! Woo! Baby! Dude, these guys are just lighting up from long range. Unbelievable. The best performance that you possibly could have. 5 for 5 from deep, 29-10. There we go. Gonzaga finally stops the fucking bleeding. All right, Timmy. He's one of their best players. And Marcos Pineda, hey, who would have thought that Baylor would have came out with a vengeance? Like this is like fucking Tampa Bay and the Chiefs. The Chiefs were the number 1 team, right? Killing it all year. That's like Gonzaga. And then all of a sudden, the Baylor Bears just said, not today. I mean, it's not over yet, but unbelievable. Yeah, Eichenberg, I'm excited to see what the Chiefs do. You're definitely going to have to address the O-line. You got Mitchell Schwartz gone. Bank shot right there missed. You have some of those pieces Fisher is gone. You have 3 of your starters that are going to be gone, so you're going to have to adjust with the Chiefs. But you got Patrick Mahomes. I saw a picture on the Pat McAfee show where he's still in a boot for Easter, having that, little minor surgery with the toes and the feet and the ankle and whatnot. But you guys will be ready, and you guys will still be the favored team in the AFC, and that's big facts. WWE is getting a little bit better. It is. And we're getting right into WrestleMania, and we got NXT here in a couple days too, TakeOver, so I still prefer AEW Dynamite, but like I said, I'm a fan of wrestling, so I'm not going to go one way or the other. I'm going to watch all of it, and I'm going to do a WrestleMania live stream Saturday and Sunday with my boy Swaggy P. So, say, don't bring that weak-ass shit. This is a grown man's game. I see you. Message from an Eagle. He said it's over. Marcos Pineda said, what the fuck is going on? Let's go. Boring old biddy. Baylor surprising. No shit. Dude, seriously, anyone that has watched Baylor this year knew that they were good, right? But they just, most people thought, fuck, they're going to lose this game by 5 or 10. It might end up being, it's like 4.5 was the Vegas line by Gonzaga. Some people thought blowout. I saw some people saying 5 to 8 point win. But like I said, sometimes you can't sleep on the underdog. And they came out more aggressive. Baylor all over them, 29-12. Uh-oh, from deep. Oh. They finally get a miss from deep. Go, go, go. Push it. There you go. Nice way to avoid the charge. They got to stop the bleeding. And they can still find a way to climb themselves back into this game. Man. Yeah, Russell Wilson ain't going to the Saints. You're dreaming. Calvin Griffin in the building. Bianca Belair. Jameson in the building, boring old Biddy in the building, Odin's Child in the building. Yeah, but no one thought they would play this good. No one thought they were going to start the game out 5 for 5, cash out. You're just, figuring that they're going to choke like they always do, right? So you got that part, you know what I mean? But you didn't really anticipate them being more aggressive, going 5 for 5. No one on their mama thought the score was going to be 31-14. Nobody. Even Baylor didn't think they would be up 31-14. Fucking nobody did. Very surprising. But that's sports, and that's why we love it, right? We absolutely love sports because we never know. We never know. You got to go out there and you got to get it done. You got to play the game. Big facts. Nice pump fake. Swings it. They're starting to get cold from deep. They need to start pounding the rock inside. Yeah, and they're going to make a run, just like in the NBA with the Lakers and LeBron, or like Dame and the Blazers, or any team out there. Every team will find their little run, but I don't know, man. 31-14 ain't looking too good right now. But the big news today, Sam Darnold to the Panthers. I absolutely love it. Seahawks aren't wasting Wilson's career, Nola. We're not talking about fucking the Saints here, all right, and Drew Brees. All right, we're talking Wilson. All right, he got his ring. All right, Brees got one, right? Wilson went twice. Probably should have got 2 rings, and they were fucking stupid and didn't hand off to Marshawn Lynch, all right, which they should have. But even if they did, there's no guarantee that he would have scored. But if I had to put money on it, I bet you he would have, all right? But that's how it goes. That's how the cookie crumbles, all right? But Danger Russ is leaving the Seahawks, if it's not this year, in the next couple years, all right? He's going to end up leaving in a couple years because, A, he wants to play in a bigger market. B, he wants to brand himself with Sierra. So if it means going to the Bears, it's not really that he wants to go to the Bears. I think he just wants to go to Chicago, New York. He wants to go to a bigger city. And if you're out here in Portland and Seattle, it's not going to get any bigger. You know what I mean? It's like what Seattle is what it is. So at some point, the divorce is going to happen. It doesn't matter. Tyler Lockett got a fucking extension. They're going to be able to move on at some point. I know Pete Carroll likes Sam Darnold, obviously that USC connection. But, the only way that Seattle should have probably took the deal from the Bears, for all that compensation, but they're going to hang on to him for as long as they can. And I guess if they have a disgruntled player, it is what it is. They got to address the O-line very heavy, and they should have been addressing it for like the last 5 years. It's like Andrew Luck, when they didn't address the O-line with Quentin Nelson and all these pieces, he said, fuck this, and he retired, right? And Russell Wilson's going to, doesn't want to get fucking sack lunch, yum, 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 fucking 10 times a game. So eventually the divorce is going to happen, and they're going to get the compensation. Now, if they could trade with like the Jets, right, and Russell Wilson went to the Jets, and then you can get Zach Wilson in return, to me, that would be the best compensation. But even with that being said, Zach Wilson would still struggle because the fucking O-line for the Seahawks is trash. It's not good. Marcos Pineda will tell you. You got DK Metcalf, right? You got some pieces there. Tyler get to the door and lock it. But you need O-line protection, right? So if you don't have that, it won't matter if it's Russell Wilson, or Zach Wilson or anybody or any fucking Wilson that's out there. All right, you're going to need someone to go there, but I think that would be the best case scenario for Seattle. If they're starting over, at least you get a phenomenal talent in Zach Wilson where, it may not be Russell Wilson, but he could turn into a Russell Wilson. At least I think so. I think Zach Wilson has potential, like Justin Herbert, to be top 10 quarterback in the league and maybe even top 5. It's very possible because, you got Danger Russ, you got Aaron Rodgers, you got Patrick Mahomes, Deshaun Watson, and like I said, I think Justin Herbert is going to be up at that top 5 position sooner than later, and that's big facts. Odin's child in the building, that's fine. Russ definitely wasted his career with a team that refuses to get that man in O-line, but they won a Super Bowl, right? They should have just made some adjustments when the Legion of Boom was still there. Marshawn Lynch was there. Only teams have runs for about 4 to 5 years, and they typically just suck after that, and they got to rebuild. But with Russ, he's such a great quarterback and a great leader that even with a shitty line, he's made the playoffs like 8 out of 9 years. That shows how great he is. Nice steal. Go, go, go. Oh. Foul at the rim. Let's see here. Boring old Biddy, your honest opinion, you think learning under Breeze and having Sean Payton's coaching will make Winston a better QB? Oh, absolutely. He was never going to succeed on my team just because I didn't have the proper coaching, line, Tristan Wirfs, and we didn't believe in him. You know what I mean? So, and he didn't believe in himself. So if anyone can make Jameis Winston turn his career around, it's going to be the Saints and Sean Payton, or maybe possibly like a New England with like a Bill Belichick and McDaniels. You're going to have a Hall of Fame coach, be able to mentor this immature kid and see if he can learn that if he can fucking see now that maybe he can actually start making better decisions. Now, if he can make better decisions and not turn over the football, they could get to the playoffs with a Jameis Winston. I'm not denying that fact. It's just that, he's immature. He makes bad decisions off the field, but obviously learning as a mentor, boring old Biddy, I think that if anyone could help him, get the most out of him, Sean Payton would be one of those 3 coaches. Also, Sean McVay, Rams could get him on a better note. Also, Kyle Shanahan for the Niners, as well as a Bill Belichick. I feel those would be probably the top guys that could try to get the most out of a guy that's kind of lost in the NFL right now. So, man, 33-14, Jesus. I love sports, man. I love it. I don't give a shit what's on. I can't get enough. It's like I'm almost looking for it. You know what I mean? Like, okay, what can I watch? Can I watch some MLB? Can I watch wrestling? Like, I'm always trying to keep myself, busy with something out there. That's why I wish NFL was a little bit dragged out a little bit longer, but we don't want these guys, fucking heads to fall off and their bodies to crumble. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm just selfish and I want football season to last longer than just August to February. I almost wish it lasted like 2 or 3 more months, but obviously these bodies would not be able to handle that. But I just love the NFL so much. I want it to be around longer. Nice takedown low. 35-14. Baylor in control. 35-16, excuse me. Nice pass. Great dime right there. Let's go. I know, this is crazy. Well, yeah, he had all kinds of things. We know he had the fucker in the pussy where he jumped up on the table at Florida State, right? Then there was a couple other incidents, and then he had the burrito incident with like the Uber or Lyft driver where he groped the girl when he was going to go get a fucking burrito. Who does that kind of stuff? I don't know. Jameis has not a bunch of things. I think he's like maybe 2 or 3. But the 2 or 3 things that he's done is like fucking bonehead shit. Like, you got to be more mature. But I get it. You know, you were at Florida State. You were the man. You know, you were the man on campus. Like, you were the big dog. So obviously his ego, you know, was through the roof. I mean, I'm going to be professional MLB pitcher, or I'm going to be number 1 pick quarterback. So, I mean, I get it. But there's definitely no humble pie that Jameis ever ate. And then obviously with all his, you know, homies in his clique, you know, boosting his head up and everything. But, yeah, didn't work out, you know, but I'm glad it didn't work out, you know, for me, because then it ended up getting me Tom Brady, and the rest is history. So I'm excited about the draft too, Dylan. Absolutely. Nice. Nice take. A little bit of a comeback, a little bit of Uncle Mo, a little Uncle momentum. Yeah, Deshaun Watson, that's not a good situation. I don't know how many of those are real and how many are fake, but, dude, if you have the access to the Houston Texans training staff to get massages, right, you might have, like, maybe one other person you get a massage from. Why the fuck are you getting massages from, like, 20 fucking different girls? Like, what's going on there? It's just kind of weird. Some of them definitely got to be lies and they want money and they're trying to extort them. But some of the shit might be true. It's not a good look, though. It's one thing to have one accusation, you know, or 2, and that looks horrible. This motherfucker's got like 22, 23. Some of them definitely got to be fake, but, I mean, what are we dealing with? Are we dealing with a goddamn predator? Like, Jesus. He's like, he loves the rub downs more than Robert Kraft. God damn, Deshaun. I thought you were a good guy from Clemson. I thought you were a class act. He just loves the fucking... He loves it. He loves going to the massage parlor. Come on, my guy. He loves the handies. Come on. 35-20. My Lord. Yeah, some of them definitely got to be fake. Definitely. I mean, if they're not, I mean, Jesus Christ, bro. Like 23 different massage people. I think one of them was like a fucking flight attendant that had like a massage, didn't even have a massage license, like was a masseuse in training. Like, I don't know. He must love the ladies, but I guarantee you, I mean, you're getting all these accusations. Goddamn, none of them are guys. They're all female. So, come on, Deshaun. I wonder if he'll end up playing for the Houston Texans, but that's the fucking dumpster fire of the NFL. That's like, no one wants to go there. DeAndre Hopkins said, peace out. I'm glad I'm not here. JJ Swat, I'm old as fuck, but I'm on the Cardinals now, and he's probably happy that he's no longer there. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to get drafted by Houston. I wouldn't want to be there. Woo, baby! From deep for 3. 38-22, Gonzaga chipping away. Nice turnaround. Great play by Gonzaga. Let's go. 14 is definitely respectable. I mean, it's a lot better than being down by like fucking 20. If they can get this down, by 10 points by half, they got a shot. Obviously, a single digits would be ideal, but at 10 points, they got a shot. Nice steal. Here we go, Uncle Mo. Someone call 911. Woo, baby. Let's go. Shit, Nola, you owe me money, my guy. You owe me at least $100K once you get your deal. Maybe 200. Let's go. I ain't talking $200 either. Baylor Bears, Gonzaga Bulldogs, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Sam Darnold traded to the Panthers. I love it. I love it. Like I said, everyone at first was like, fuck, Sam Darnold. But they said that about Carson Wentz going to the Colts. But then when you start seeing these other guys out there like Andy Dalton, a lot of other teams are in worse shape. So when you look at it, you're like, oh, Carson Wentz blew for the Eagles. But would you rather have Carson Wentz or Andy Dalton? You know what I mean? Once some of the other guys started going off the board, then you're like, Carson Wentz doesn't look, too bad at that point. You know what I mean? They hope it can work out. There's no guarantees, but also you're putting him in a great position with Frank Reich, someone he's familiar with, that he worked with in Philly when they won the Super Bowl, right? You got an amazing O-line, top 5 in the league, with Quentin Nelson, the best offensive lineman in the game. Jonathan Taylor, a top 10 running back who went off in Wisconsin and went off last year as a rookie. You need wide receiver help. T.Y. Hilton is old as shit, right? Michael Pittman, not that good, right? He's mediocre, average, right? So they're going to need tight ends and wide receivers, right? And the defense, you got Darius Leonard, you got DeForest Buckner from my Oregon Ducks, right? And Xavier Rhodes. Rhodes Close has had a rebirth in his career, but I mean, Carson Wentz, he's got to prove that he can do it, and we'll have to see if he's mentally broken or not. But Jameson Mays' Tennessee Titans might be the team, even though their defense was not good. Offense was much better than the Colts and everybody else that was in the AFC South. I'm looking forward to the Titans making the playoffs again. I love watching their team. I love A.J. Brown. I wonder what it's going to be like without Corey Davis, though. Someone else is going to have to step up. But if you end up getting another receiver, to join the squad, Elijah Moore and someone in the slot, from Ole Miss. We know what DK Metcalf did at Ole Miss. We know what A.J. Brown did at Ole Miss. Maybe they'll add another Ole Miss wide receiver, Kadarius Toney from Florida. So I'm interested to see where it goes. But it's going to be exciting, man. NFL draft is right at the end of the month. Very, very exciting. Well, Nola, you don't think the Panthers are going to go far, but you also told me that the Saints are going to win the Super Bowl. You said that 3 years ago, 2 years ago. You told me that this year, how the Bucs are horrible, Tom Brady's trash, he can't throw, he's got a noodle arm, and then you swept me in the regular season, how horrible Tampa is, and my calculations, as I look in my notebook and I look on the internet, the Saints did not win the Super Bowl. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Saints did not win. So I think the Panthers have a great shot to be number 2 in the division or compete with the Saints, especially if they end up getting a Kyle Pitts or if they end up getting a Jamar Chase or a Penei Sewell. I mean, they still need work on the defense and the offensive line, right? But with the weapons they have, they got Robbie Anderson for the deep threat. They got DJ Moore, who's very underrated, right? You add another tight end or a wide receiver to that, Kyle Pitts or possibly a Jamar Chase. It could be nasty out there. But they need O-line desperately. That might be the first position that they draft. But if Pitts or Chase is sitting there, they might have to grab them. Nice jumper. (40-26). Gonzaga, these last 3 minutes are very, very critical. For 3. Yeah, Lamar Jackson is never going to be, Cash Out obviously is a Lamar Jackson guy. We know that. Nola's a Saints guy. But obviously with the Ravens, if the defense doesn't get better and they don't address the O-line, Lamar Jackson is going to be in that position. They don't have a true number 1 receiver. They got Sammy Watkins, Hollywood Brown, but those guys are kind of second, third options. You need someone better. You got Mark Andrews. That's your number 1 option. But if you end up wanting to go to the AFC Championship game, they need to get better on the O-line. Find a Marshall Yanda replacement. Keep building that O-line. Get a true number 1 wide receiver and keep building the defense and getting a little bit more depth. Obviously, Judon's no longer there as well. So, I mean, every team is going to have, pluses and minuses. Cash Out said he ain't trash like Winston. Oh, everybody talking shit in the room. I love it. Everyone talking shit. Saints fans, other fans in the division, but I call it right down the middle. I'm a Bucs fan, right? But I'll call it right down the middle. I'll let you know what it is. I don't have any necessary extra agenda. I'm a fan of all the teams. Sometimes people can't handle the truth, though. Whistle on the play. 148. Pretty entertaining game. I thought it was going to be a little bit closer. Big halftime speech by Few, Gonzaga's head coach, to get him back into the game. Appreciate every single one of y'all talking shit in the room for your favorite NFL team. Watching this college March Madness championship game, Baylor Bears, Gonzaga Bulldogs, with your boy. I appreciate it. Love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And like I said, we got WrestleMania this weekend, and I hope you guys will join me for that too. My boy Swaggy P will be in the building, so I'm definitely excited about that. He went to Miami for about a week. Got to see the Blazers against the Heat in Miami. Got to see the Detroit Red Wings in Miami and the Miami Marlins against the Tampa Bay Rays in Miami. So what an amazing triple threat off the bucket list. I mean, to go to Miami and to be able to see all those favorite teams of his all in a week. Not very likely to have that all, kind of line up that way, but 45-30. Let's go. No, I don't want to see a blowout championship game. Obviously, Gonzaga was a little rattled early, but they're starting to come into their own now. Baylor with the boards. Oh, in and out. Yeah, I don't know if Lamar is going to be able to win a Super Bowl. I mean, like I said, if they don't address the O-line, I mean, I like J.K. Dobbins. I like Gus Edwards. No longer Mark Ingram, right? But it shows you what you need to be. And, for Lamar to take the next step in his game, they need to get a true number one, and they might need to get a couple of them. You might need to get a couple guys, couple top dogs. A DK Metcalf on one side or, a Devontae Adams on the other. I mean, they're going to need a lot more than just Mark Andrews. And that's not me, busting your bubble or anything, cash out. But, I mean, the Ravens, they just need a little bit more. I mean, they got coaching. They got some defense. You know what I mean? But it's not like Ray Lewis and Haloti Ngata are there or Ed Reed anymore. So, but I think if you address the O-line and the wide receiver position, definitely there's going to be a huge tick in the offense and the overall game of Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. 45-32. One minute left. Shake and bake. Nice pass. What a dime. What a fucking dime. What a fucking dime. I see you. Cash out, you're outnumbered, my guy. You're a Ravens guy. We got all Saints people in the building. You know how that goes, bro. This channel has so many fucking Saints fans in it. Saints fans here, Saints fans there, Calvin Griffin Saints, Saints over here, Saints over there, Saints everywhere. You know how that goes. NOLA Saints, Calvin Griffin Saints, Saints everywhere. And then there's a few others too. Even boring old Biddy, Saints as well. A message from Eagle. Go Saints, poor Saints. Jacob Randall, go Steelers. What to do, my guy? How was that remodel that happened for your boy there, the professional MLB player? That guy's house was insane. Insane. $3 million, $5 million home. It's like some 7-bedroom, 5-bath. That shit was crazy. Brandon Crawford from the Giants. Man, if only one day, if fucking Skip Bayless can make $1 million to $8 million a year and he's horrible at his job, that gives me a little bit of hope at some point. If Bleacher Report or The Athletic or Pat McAfee Show or somebody can holla at your boy and I can have a house like that one day, have a nice studio in there for me. Unbelievable. How are you, Jake? One of my best friends from Oregon. Jacob Randall, my boy, Big Beaver guy. I think Marcos Pineda is in the room, Jacob. Or at least he was. I'm not sure if he's still in there. Miss you terribly. I can't wait to see you again anytime you miss. Coming up to Oregon, I'd love to hang out with you and have a beer. 47-35. Let's see if they can get it. Air ball. They'll have an opportunity to cut it to 10. Like I said, if you cut it to single digits, with a 3, but even if you don't, just, cut it to 9 or 10, just even a jumper, they still got a shot if they're down by 10. I mean, Uncle Momentum, they can find a way. Baylor's got a little bit cold. Gonzaga has been really fighting and battling. So, but yeah, Jake, I miss you, bro. And I know that weather out in Phoenix and that general Arizona area, a lot different than Oregon. But your boy is grinding and grinding and grinding. All right, here we go. Nice play. What a fucking dime. Great fucking play by Gonzaga right there. And like I said, what did I say? Like 10 minutes ago. If you cut it to 10, you got a shot. And what's the fucking score? 47-37. Exactly 10. Your boy's got ESP. All right. Let's go. I'm excited to see what the Steelers do too, Jake. After Bud Dupree got injured, it wasn't very good at that point. It shows you how much they relied on the defense. Juju came back. Kind of a distraction with that TikTok bullshit. Big Ben's got maybe a year or two left. He's kind of running on his, last leg. James Conner is out, so you might get Najee Harris. Obviously, at that point, if you get Najee Harris at the running back, Tampa's looking at him too, and a few others. But if you get him to replace James Conner, that could be the difference between you guys not making the playoffs or maybe getting a wild card to possibly winning the division and beating out Cleveland and obviously the Ravens. At this point, I would say Cleveland's got the best team in the AFC North. They have the best shot, even though I don't like Baker Mayfield, and I think that he's the, I would take Lamar and Ben over Baker, but even though Baker's younger and whatnot, but they got the running backs, they got the O-line, and they got the defense, and they got the coaching, even though we know what the Steelers coaching staff has and what the Ravens coaching staff has, but they need to draft defense. They need a Bud Dupree replacement. It's going to be interesting to see if the Steelers can bounce back, especially when they went like 10-0. Bud Dupree gets injured, and then you kind of shit the bed after that. So Dylan in the building is a big Steeler fan as well. So we got a couple Steeler fans in the building. Jacob Randall, one of my best friends from Oregon. Dylan in the building. He said, great eating dinner outside listening to the NWSF. We got ourselves a game. At least it's not a 20-point game, at this point. At least it's 10. I mean, I never thought we would be sitting at a 10-point deficit, but at least we got there. Let's see here. Oh, Marcos Pineda in the building. What to do? He's in the building. Jake's in the building, Marcos. All right, we got a ball game now. Sitting up there, 14 games. Dog walk in the playoffs and lose the way that you did. Yeah, and you never know. You never know how things are going to go. Not really a Baker Mayfield guy, but if you keep addressing the O-line, I'm not sure if they're going to, walk away from Baker, but you might have to. You know what I mean? At some point. Because you got the running backs, you got the O-line, Jedrick Wills Jr., Jack Conklin from the Titans. You have it solidified. You got Stefanski. That was huge. D-line, Myles Garrett, you're going to need some more help. But if you move on from Baker and you get a guy like Tannehill, I mean, you could definitely get to the AFC Championship game and contend, I believe, with a lot of the other teams like the Bills, the Chiefs, or whoever else, finds their way in that matchup. It's going to be the Chiefs as a favored team in the AFC for one spot pretty much every year moving forward. But who's that other team? Maybe the Bills, right? They look like they got a squad that's just as good right there. And then maybe the Browns at this point is the third best team. I mean, unless we see something in the draft or free agency or anything that happens here last minute. And obviously the NFC's up for grabs. Packers, we'll see what they can do. Aaron Rodgers might just go be the new host of Jeopardy, so you might not see him too much longer if the Green Bay Packers give up on him or try to trade him, right? You got Tampa, Saints, Panthers. We'll see what happens there, right? NFC West is the best by far. Rams, Stafford's there. They should be able to get it done. Niners, if they pick Mac Jones, who knows if that's going to fucking work out, but they'll be a pretty good team if they're healthy, right? Seattle and Dangerous. Divorce is looming in the wings, but for the time being, it seems like every time we, kind of doubt Russell Wilson, they find a way to get there or win the division, and the Cardinals are starting to peak too. The Cardinals with Kyler at some point will get a wild card. I'm not sure. They still need to work on that O-line, and the defense isn't there yet, but adding J.J. Watt, with the pieces that they have, Chandler Jones, J.J. Watt, even though they're old, right? But if they can get to the pass, if they get the pass rushing going, it wouldn't surprise me if they combine for 18 or 20 sacks if they stay healthy for the full year. But can they stay healthy for the full year? And Budda Baker's nice. So they got some pieces there. So it's easy to stop Lamar, make him pass, and he will crush like a soda can. You can't scare teams long-term without a franchise QB who can pass. Lamar will be out of the league in 5 years. Bold statement. I don't know if he'll be out of the league because obviously, you want him to be a better passer, but it's almost like the Josh Allen concept. Once he got Stephon Diggs, his game went to another level, and I don't think Lamar is the best passer, but I don't think he's the worst either. I would take Lamar over Baker Mayfield in a heartbeat, right? And if you had Stephon Diggs with Lamar, I guarantee his stats would go up, and he wouldn't run as much. He would still be able to get the running yards, but all you need is just top-tier talent. Hollywood Brown is not top-tier, right? Right? Sammy Watkins is like a third option, right? Hollywood Brown is like a third option receiver, not even one or number two, right? And then you got Mark Andrews, who's a top 4 tight end in the league, right? So you got George Kittle, you got Kelsey, you got Darren Waller, Raiders, and Mark Andrews. And then it's probably going to be Kyle Pitts from Florida on wherever he goes, right? So you're going to need to be able to get that top guy. And once you get your stuff on Diggs, I definitely think the Ravens could make an AFC championship game. But they got to address the O-line and get some number one receivers. And then once that happens, I guarantee his numbers will go up and they will be better. But like I said, defense needs to be improved. O-line needs to be improved. And they definitely need wide receiver help desperately. And that's big facts. 47-37, halftime. Charles Barkley talking about the politicians and talking about how the Republicans and the Democrats go against each other and how they have people go against each other with the race wars with whites and blacks. A lot of what he said in his, his little outburst was really true. You know what I mean? With the politicians and the way that, how things go in America nowadays. It's really sad. Everyone wants you to take a side. They're all rich, right? And everyone, they're getting the money, right? But it's kind of sad. Can't we just all get along and watch sports together? God damn. Just one of those things, man. It's just frustrating. I hate seeing fucking stupid shit on the news or on my fucking phone. Can't we just fucking watch sports and get along? But Barkley hit it right on the head, man. Barkley hit it right on the head. Baylor Bears, Gonzaga Bulldogs, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram at NW Sports Fanatics. Uh-oh, you got Cash Out riled up. He said, Saints fans, talk to me when you get a fucking quarterback. Zing, zing, zing. Oh, man. NFL, man, it's the best sport, best fan base, most passion. That's the real deal, Holyfield, man. I can't wait for the shit talking to start up. NFL draft is going to be fucking wild, and I hope everyone that's in the room right now will join me for that. Your boy's going to do some great coverage on it, and there's going to be some crazy surprises and maybe some big trades. I would love to see Deshaun Watson get traded. I would love to see, I hate to say it for you, Marcos Pineda, but if Russell Wilson got traded, it would spark the whole NFL draft. But I don't see either of them getting traded this year or anything like that. But at some point, both of those quarterbacks will more than likely not be in Houston or Seattle, just depending on who you get and what kind of compensation that you're going to get. Jamison Mesa. Major League Baseball took away the All-Star game from Atlanta. It was based off their voting and the rules and the legislation over there, and so I kind of get it why they did it. They're trying to make it harder for people to vote, and there's a lot of racism in the South, as we know. Obviously, if you're an Atlanta Braves fan, right, Jameson? If you're a Braves fan, of course you want to have the All-Star game there if you were planning on going to it or being able to see it. So definitely disappointing. If it was in Seattle and they did that, I would definitely be disappointed too. Nobody thought Robert Griffin would be in the position he's in. Right? But like I said, it all depends on what team you're on, coaching staff, supporting cast. If you got someone that's going to develop you and make you better. He said Winston Taysom Hill dirt. Boring old Biddy. Barkley's goofy as hell, but when he speaks, facts. He's really smart. Sometimes it seems like he, says dumb shit stuff, but he's not Bill Walton. You know what I mean? Where he's like fucking on PCP or just floating in the clouds on fucking Molly and, talking about the basketball game and then talking about mountains, in fucking Montana, 3 minutes later. So Barkley, you know what I mean? I watched him in college. I watched him at Auburn. I watched him on the 76ers. I watched him on the Suns go against Jordan. He's outspoken, but he's a lot smarter than people think. And he definitely has a good gauge on what's going on in America and in sports. And a lot of his predictions end up coming true. Like when he picked the Blazers to make the West Finals, no one thought the Blazers were going to get there, and he did. So, a lot of his predictions end up being true. Not everyone's going to be 100% correct, but he definitely has a pulse on the basketball, and the predictions and a gauge. Obviously, him being an all-star and a Hall of Fame player. Too bad he didn't get a ring. Nathan Dotson says, I'm not a Saints fan. Winston gonna tear it up. Lamar might not go out as bad as him, but it won't be far from that. Oh, baby. So the fact that Orion built up a team in a couple months and the Bucks killed the Saints in the playoffs, laughing stock Saints. Oh, he's pushing buttons. Cash out is pulling buttons. And that was funny, too, because when Nola would try to talk shit to me, right, he's like, oh, you haven't been to the playoffs since 2007, and you're horrible, yeah. And then I manufactured a team in, like, a few months, and then they ended up winning the Super Bowl. And that's got to be heartbreaking for the Saints fans because they were so good in that 4 or 5 year stretch. And in all reality, the Saints should have at least one Super Bowl. I mean, you can be a lover, you can be a hater, but even I know, when you had the Minneapolis Miracle, I'm not sure that particular year. When they ended up losing to the Vikings again, I'm not sure in that year, right? But the year that with the Rams and the pass interference goal, I think that was the year. That was the year. That was the Super Bowl year. That would have been against Tom Brady, but we saw how low scoring that game was, and it would have been very hard to beat New England. Right? Very, very hard because it seems like it's either New England or Kansas City in these last few years. But I think the Saints that year, if they would have game planned and not had any injuries and won that game against the Rams, that was the year that they would have won the Super Bowl. And I'm a Bucks fan. So, I mean, I'm just being honest and real, being a fan of the game. I think that was the year that they could have had the championship. Marcos Pineda's loving it. Everyone's talking shit. Everyone loves the NFL and their favorite teams. I fucking love it too, man. Baylor Bears versus Gonzaga Bulldogs. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF or the GoFundMe. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. And I lowered the price on the 2021 hoodies. I made them bigger with the logo on the NWSF on the chest. They're only $34.99. They go up to 2 or 3X. So, I mean, if you want to support your boy, I make like $4, I think, per hoodie or $5, right? But it's not about me making the profit on the hoodie. If you end up buying it and representing it, you're spreading the word about the channel. And I guarantee if you wear it, someone's going to ask you, what is NWSF? And they are very comfortable. They're from Teespring. I got another order coming in here pretty soon. And like I said, I would appreciate all the love and support that you guys have given me. And like I said, the grind to 20K is real. I got to make up, about 100 subs. But I'm not worried about it. You know what I mean? I know once we get to football season, I'll be able to get well past that amount, and hopefully I can get more and more people to continue this grind and this dream. Like I said, 100,000 hours, blood, sweat, and tears. Over, I was at 20,000. I got to make up about 100 subs. And like I said, 3.3 million views plus. The goal is to get to that 4 million view mark once we get into football season. And then hopefully to go from 20,000 subscribers to at the very least, 21, 22, I hope. I would love to be able to go to like 25 or 30, but the analytics and the metrics with YouTube is very hard. Everyone's putting out a fucking channel, a lot of competition, but hopefully I get a few streams that will give me like 10,000 views. Like the Saints and the Bucks, when you guys beat me 38-3, I got over 10,000 views in a live stream. When the Bengals and Joe Burrow went against Baker and Cleveland at the beginning of the year, I got 11,000 views on that live stream, and those are the two biggest live streams that I've ever had for the NFL. So I'm hoping I can have a couple of those, if not 4 or 5, and that'll gain a good amount of followers, because in those streams, if you have 150 to 300 people in the room, I can gain 50 to 150 subs just in one night. So I'm definitely hoping that, as long as I keep working hard and I keep grinding, the numbers will be there, and I know they will be. Appreciate every single one of you in the building. Smash the like button for your boy if you haven't done it yet. $10 donation by Odin's Child. Appreciate you, my guy. So I can tell an NFL bluffer by week 6. Saints bluffers, Philly bluffers, Ravens bluffers. You can blow smoke all day, but when it's game time, you can't do what those teams been doing. Oh, my. Oh, my. Time for some pineapple for your boy. Seahawk Primo. Go Mariners. What to do, man? I'm excited. I'm going to try to do as many Mariners and Dodger games as I can. As you know, I met Ken Griffey Jr., 1989, my hero besides my dad. And they're playing great. I didn't see the... I didn't get a chance to see what's going on with the White Sox in that matchup, but Kikuchi, was fire. 10 Ks. I don't know if the Mariners are going to go to the playoffs this year, though. As we know, Kyle Lewis, was injured. They haven't brought up Kellenick just yet. They got Big Maple back and James Paxton. But I'm hoping that they can do something. But it seems like every time the Mariners get good Seahawk Primo, we know what happens. They usually trade away their top-tier talent. So that means Kellenick will be gone in a couple years, and Kyle Lewis will probably go for a bag of Doritos to the Yankees or fucking some other team. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Damn, I love pineapple. Fucking so good. I was trying to be able to eat right, exercise. I'm trying to lose 30 pounds, by July 4th. It's going to be challenging, but I'm walking every day with the girlfriend. I'm eating right, trying to take fast food out of the diet, eating a lot of fruits, smoothies, vegetables, salads. It's been a little tough because I'm a fat boy. I love pizza. I love tacos. I love pasta, carbs. I love all that shit. I'm a fat ass. I just love fucking food. So it's definitely going to be one of those things where we've trained our brains to be able to cut back and not eat till you get stuffed. Just eat till you're full and stop. And then definitely trying to exercise and, burn that shit off. But, I got to be able to lose the weight. I got diabetes in the family. My dad's got it. My dad's mom died from it. So it's like I need to make sure I take care of my body, obviously, before I turn 40. So that way that I can live as long as I possibly can. So MLB has been badass, hasn't it? I've really enjoyed watching some of the Mariners and the Dodgers, for my team and my dad's team. Obviously those are the two teams that I follow the most. But even with that Angels-White Sox game that I did last night, that live stream was fucking fire. Like I said, I like watching the MLB, especially when we're in a down point where we're waiting for the NFL or college football to come back. It gives me something else to watch. And we got WrestleMania this weekend, too, so I'm excited for that. Oh, Cash Out, poking the bear. He said, feel bad for the best running back in the league. Y'all wasted AK-41's career. Cash Out, bang, 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 bang. Poking the bear in the Saints fans. Oh, my. Jameson Meza says, yeah, I guess the fast food is always the most difficult thing to deal with, and especially with, DoorDash or Grubhub or all the different, Uber Eats. It's like fucking A, man. You get to a point with COVID or you're just lazy and you're ordering breakfast and then you're ordering goddamn lunch and then you look at the bill and you're getting meal for me and my girlfriend and you're like, it should only be $20, right? If you go yourself, and then you look at the damn fucking receipt and it's 50. So you got to really be careful, you know what I mean, on how quick that shit can add up, because then they got the delivery fee, then they got the bullshit fee, and then they got the tip that you have to give them. It's fuck, man. And then the driver's fee, it's yeah, I'm kind of glad I got to that mode, because I had that, kind of depression mode. I've climbed out of it. I feel great. I'm going to find some new work tomorrow. Take a little pee test so they can see that I don't got no drugs in my system. All right, I haven't been partying or doing anything, so I'll be able to find some maybe part-time work. Work maybe half the week. And then do the YouTube full time. And then I got some meetings with some of these people that want me to be influencers for YouTube and some of their products. So hopefully, if I can get a few of these people that want to sponsor me, or if I can get some people that want me to be an influencer on social media, then things can kind of take the next step. But in the time being, WrestleMania is this weekend. NXT TakeOver coming up. And we got the NFL Draft at the end of the month. I'm excited. Let's see here. Waiting for NWSF to reach 1 million subs. I do deserve it, man. I mean, not to be cocky or whatever, but fucking A, man. All the time and all the effort. I can't wait. I mean, before I get to 1 million, I mean, that might be a long time unless I go viral or unless I get someone like Drake, that starts following me or gives me a shout out on fucking Instagram or something. I mean, I don't know, or some professional athlete like Patrick Mahomes, because I know the NFL players watch YouTube. So I imagine there's been pro players on NFL, MLB, NBA that have watched this channel before. I mean, John Cena follows me. Jose Bautista follows me. Jose Canseco follows me. So people will know. But like I said, I don't mind working hard for it. I'm just trying to get to 20K and keep it. And then go to 30K, 40K, 50K, eventually 100K, and that'll be a time where you'll see your boy cry and then get the silver button. Everyone, is on a different journey and a different path, and I'm not trying to, be rich, get rich, and die quick and get rich quick and just be just kind of like a fad. I'm trying to be long term, and go from 3.3 million views to 4 to 5 to eventually 10 million views and 100,000 hours put in to 200,000. But I don't mind working hard. I don't mind putting in the grind. But I appreciate that boring old biddy. I'm going to give you all the coverage in the NFL. I'm going to do college football. I'll do wrestling, and then now I can even, do a little March Madness, and I'm going into the MLB. So this is year one, and I imagine as the years go along, the MLB on the channel will grow and grow and grow, and I'll have a whole nother following with that too. Yeah, I absolutely love pineapples. I got a whole tub right here of pineapple, man. I like watermelon too, but pineapple's on point.
Here's a look at our Reese's Peanut Butter Cups first half stats.
Only one made three by Gonzaga, and that's the story.
Baylor, by the way, Final had 5 rebounds. All of them were
Unbelievable start. But good comeback by, Gonzaga to be able to fight and claw to make it happen. So weed isn't a drug. Well, you know what? But they won't give you a job out here in Oregon. If you got weed in your system, they can still decline your drug test because they're looking for weed, they're looking for cocaine, they're looking for heroin, meth, Molly, pills, oxy. They're looking for everything. So even if you got weed in your system, I'm pretty sure your drug test fails still. I mean, it's legal, and there's dispensaries here, like 5 of them within like a 5-mile radius from my house, but you can't smoke at work. You know what I mean? Even though it's legal, So I've been good. I haven't smoked any weed in over a month. I haven't done anything. So I know that drugs or pills, all that shit. So I'm clean. So things are good. So I should be able to get my my PP test and be able to find some work and get some extra money. And, and I got to get money to pay my fucking taxes. I got to pay like $600 in like a month and a half, which is fucking blows. So I didn't get any money back from taxes, which fucking blows. So I got like $300 in federal and $300 in state. Not looking forward to that, but hey, I guess I gotta pay that, right? You live, you die, and you can't get away from taxes. Yeah, but I'm grinding, man. I'm grinding. Trying to be a better man, Seahawk Primo. Trying to be a better man. All right, Teague. In and out. Nice rebound. Dude, Baylor is just all over the boards, and anytime you win the rebounding battle, you win the game 9 times out of 10. Defense has been lit. Rebounding has been lit. Three-point game has been lit. I mean, they've really dominated every facet of the game. And another 3. Look at that. God damn. I appreciate every single one of y'all watching the game with me. I know a lot of y'all probably don't give a 2 flying fucks about college basketball. And we can go in here and we can talk NFL, wrestling, WrestleMania, whatever it is. We can talk shit about our favorite teams. And this is just something that we kind of have in the background. But I appreciate every single one of y'all just kicking it with me. Like I said, I was going to watch the game anyways, but I might as well just come and kick it with you guys. It really is good for my mental health. And I'm also putting in the grind. And then down the road, this will be in the library. Oh, another 3. Holy shit. He's on fire. God damn. That was a good pep talk for him in the locker room. All right, Gonzaga, you can't be going for a lot of 3s to match them. You got to go for 2s. There you go. 53-39. This is going to be really tough. Baylor, obviously, we know what they're doing and what they've did in the first half. Gonzaga will have their run some point in this game, probably somewhere between 8 and 10 minutes left, but it may not be enough, even on like a 12-0 run. 3. Nice. Oh, the rebounding for Gonzaga has been absolute trash. Nice. Hustle, rebounding, defense. Defense wins championships, baby. Another March Madness upset. I'm glad I didn't bet on Gonzaga. I bet Pat McAfee and all these motherfuckers, they're going to be talking about it because I watch a Pat McAfee show, and they have certain guys on there, and they bet a lot of money. Man, they are probably just fucking pissed right now. That's why you got to end up watching the games. You never know. I had a weird feeling that Baylor was going to compete. If they weren't going to win, that it would be very close, or they might do the upset. As great as Gonzaga was, but nowhere near did I predict this. This is unbelievable. I was hoping it would be more like that UCLA game that I got to watch a little bit. I watched the second half of that and got to see a little bit of that, little pieces in and out. Michigan Wolverines, we're looking. There was a few teams that were like, I mean, I don't think anyone thought Gonzaga and Baylor, even though they were both 1 seeds, I think a majority of the country had Michigan winning it all, or at least from what I was reading, a lot of people liked them as the best team. But 55-41, Baylor Bears, Gonzaga Bulldogs, live play-by-play and reactions. A lot of people in the chat talking shit about their favorite NFL team or players. Hating, but I don't mind. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. New hoodies, $34.99. Cop one and support your boy. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, link is below every video on the YouTube page. Follow me, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, NW Sports Fanatics. There we go, Suggs. T-Sizzle's second cousin. Hell of a football player, too. I ended up seeing his highlights. Did you guys check those out? Jalen Suggs highlights for football. This kid was amazing. Hell of an athlete. I'm not sure if he would have been able to make the NFL, but definitely a hell of an athlete in high school. Very touted. Had deals to go scholarship opportunity from Ohio State even. Short. Got to control the tempo here, Gonzaga. Nice pass. And one. Big play. Big and one. Oh, no Clan Jolly. I know there's Panthers fan was bitching. He told me on one of the video for the Sam Darnold, he said he's going to be a Panthers fan. He said he's a Panthers fan is his tag. He told me I'm going to be a New England fan now for Cam. I'm like, dude, this is a good thing that you're bringing in Sam Darnold. It's better than Teddy Bridgewater. This is a good thing. Everyone thought that, but the No Clan, you thought that, right? It's because the media told you that was the right fit. Because when you're watching NFL Network and ESPN, that's what all these fuckers are telling you, right? But in reality, what you're getting with Sam Darnold is better, and you could end up getting the next big tight end. You could get the next Travis Kelce or George Kittle in the draft with Kyle Pitts. You could get the next Justin Jefferson, right, and Jamar Chase, right? You already got Robbie Anderson for the deep threat. You still got DJ Moore. You lost Curtis Samuel. You get Jamar Chase or Kyle Pitts or maybe Penei Sewell on the offensive line. I like this situation much better because Justin Fields and Mac Jones and Trey Lance, they might be busts, but I don't think Sam Darnold's going to be a bust, especially he's got a relationship, with Coach Rule. Coach Rule likes him. Coach Rule scouted him. And like I said, you got Brady, the OC. Trust me. I know football and I know players. It is going to work out with Sam Darnold there. He's going to be able to be kind of like a Ryan Tannehill and have a rebirth in his career. He had the worst situation and the worst coach at Adam Gase, and now you go from Gase to Brady. It's going to work. You're going to get a healthy run CMC, plenty of weapons. The defense needs to be better. The O-line needs a little work, all right, but I definitely could see them getting second in the NFC South, even beating the Saints. It's going to be tough, but it could be very close. Like Tampa could have maybe, let's say, 11 or 12 wins. Maybe the Panthers have 9 or 10. Saints have 9 or 10. Possibly 11, if everything goes correct and everyone's healthy. You never know, especially if we're getting an extra game, extra, opportunities for wins, because it's not going to be 16 games, it's 17. So, but I love it, man. I really think that it's going to work out for the Panthers. I absolutely love the move. And then the Jets get capital, and Zach Wilson's the guy. And it's going to take a couple years for them to get good, right, and compete with Miami, Buffalo, and New England. But I love that Zach Wilson is there. Now we have a reason to watch Jets games, and we'll be proud of it. It'll be exciting. Corey Davis on one side, Jamison Crowder on the other. They draft Travis Etienne from Clemson. You're like, okay, I can watch the Jets now, right? I could watch them before, but now I can really watch them, right? And then obviously you get, Trevor Lawrence, with the Jags. I'm watching. You know, they had Robinson at running back. I mean, you got Shark at wide receiver. I mean, even teams that people would like, I don't want to watch the Jags or Jets. I'll watch the Jags or Jets over any goddamn NBA game or any other thing that's out there. I'm excited. And like I said, we need the new blood, like Herbert for the Chargers, Burrow for the Bengals. I don't know if Tua's going to be the guy, you know, for the Dolphins. They probably regret picking him, and they should have got Justin Herbert, because if they would have went to the playoffs last year, and then with all that draft capital, I mean, the Dolphins would be in prime position for an AFC championship game berth very soon. If Herbert was there right now, they would be able to get to an AFC championship game probably within 3 years, especially with all these draft picks. But they fucked up. They went for the wrong guy. And they'll probably never live up to it. It's like the Mitchell Trubisky trading up and going for him instead of going for Deshaun Watson or Mahomes. They are going to, you know, I think they're going to move on from Tua at some point, and they're going to go for someone else. You know what I mean? They're going to have to use that draft capital and trade up, use maybe Tua as a draft piece, and not maybe this season, but next year after he has maybe a so-so year. They could even maybe make the playoffs as a wild card, but I don't know if that's the guy that you want to build with long term. I don't have the confidence in him like I do Herbert or Burrow, and Burrow still needs to come back from that injury. That's kind of what I'm feeling. So, but we'll see. Maybe Tua will surprise us. You know, maybe he'll be that next great lefty. You know, when we end up having that Boomer Esiason, that Steve Young, that Michael Vick. You know, hopefully we get a little bit. And I love lefties, so I'm rooting for him. But he's nowhere near Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow, and I don't know if he ever will be. And that's facts. Baylor Bears, Gonzaga Bulldogs, live play-by-play and reactions. It's March Madness. It's the championship. Men's college football. No. Men's college basketball final with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash the fucking like button. Donate to your boy. And I appreciate every single one of y'all hopping in the room. Sam Darnold, like I said, you know, for you to say I want Cam Newton, I would take Sam Darnold over Cam Newton. You know, at this point, if I'm the Panthers, I mean, Sam Darnold is going to be, he's young. He's got a lot of potential, right? No one would have succeeded at the Jets, like I said earlier in the video. If you would have put Baker Mayfield on the Jets, wouldn't have succeeded, right? If you would have put Lamar and Josh Allen, they would have struggled, but had a few more flashes in the pan just because they're more athletic, right? But no one would have panned out from there, right? So let's take it in consideration. Now you get a better scenario, and Darnold can throw the deep ball. I would take Darnold over Baker Mayfield. I know that might be a stretch for some of y'all, but I put them around in the same category, kind of middle of the pack. Out of 32 QBs, you know, kind of right in the middle, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, somewhere between 15 and 22. You know, but I think Darnold has way more potential. But Baker Mayfield's got the better supporting cast with the team so far. But Darnold's got to stay healthy, not have mono, and he's going to have to prove it. But obviously with Brady there, we saw what he did for Burrow at LSU in that natty. I 100% believe in Coach Rule and Brady. I really do. I really believe in Coach Brady, man. And I'm a Bucs fan. You know what I mean? So obviously I know, you know, the lineups, and I knew who they have. O-line needs work. Defense needs work. You know, they got Derek Brown from Auburn. You know, he's decent. You know, Spider Burns, Jeremy Chin is fantastic. So you got really two studs in Spider Burns, Brian Burns, and Jeremy Chin. And you want, you know, Derek Brown from Auburn to pan out on the line. But like I said, I do a lot of reading and a lot of research. Big facts. All right, let's go. I know Timmy has been a non-factor today for Gonzaga. 58-47. And then, like I said, by the 10-minute mark, the game has to be within 8 points. Just like I said, it has to be by 10, right? By the half, 8 points is the magic number. It has to be 8 points at the 10-minute mark. If it's not 8 points, going to be tough for them to get the run. And they're going to be able to find their run, but it has to be 8 points or less. And if it is, don't be surprised if Gonzaga makes this. I don't know if it'll go to overtime if they can get it down by 8 at that point. That means that they really would have to tear it on, hit some threes, play some good D, out-rebound them, maybe take a couple charges, little Uncle Mo, someone call 911, someone. You're going to have to be able to make something crazy happen. So keep a lookout for that in this game. It's starting to get a little bit tighter. Baylor gets a little cold from long range if that happens, but they're still the aggressor. They're still the team that has more aggression, and they're getting more rebounds. They're a little bit more feisty. It seems like Baylor just wants it more. But it looks like momentum can shift very quickly in sports, as you guys know. As I eat some more pineapple.
Players with 4 fouls. He was an integral part with his screening and rolling. He fouled with a couple small over and vital.
Appreciate every single one of y'all in the building. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. And like I said, the fan base is everything to me. The Fanatic family, you guys are awesome. You know what I mean? I really enjoy talking to you guys on a daily basis, and I hope you appreciate the hard work and the grind that I've been putting in with not just NFL, but everything. MLB, college basketball, wrestling, whatever it is. Fanatic family, you guys are the best. Ooh, nice move. Nice. Shake and fucking bake, my guy. Shake and fucking bake.
Last time it was under 10. Baylor led 13-4. 5 minutes into the game.
All right, Baylor.
Takes the floor, recovers.
Nice dime. Woo, baby. What a pass. Are you fucking kidding me? That was one of the best passes of tonight. What a dime. Uh-oh, stolen. Go, 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 go. Foul. Oh, my.
Mishandled the ball on numerous occasions at the other end and scrambling and uppering and really getting after it. Pretty good save here to get rid of it, but it is a fast break.
Well, it's between Mac Jones, Justin Fields, and Trey Lance. If Mac Jones goes to the Niners, he could succeed. I don't believe in him, but if he goes to Kyle Shanahan, I'm a believer in him. He's my favorite coach in the NFL. If I could have one coach, Jameson, I appreciate that, man. But if I could have one coach that's not B.A., Bruce Arians, right, it's Kyle Shanahan. And then Sean McVay would be my number 2. And like I said, I'm just a fan of the league. I like the way that these guys operate. They're very intelligent. Their play calling skills are through the roof. You know, their intelligence on where to move guys on the field and play action and pre-snap. I don't think there's anybody better than these guys, and eventually both guys are going to get Super Bowls, I believe, before their careers are over. I mean, Shanahan's got close with Atlanta and with the Niners, right, but they just couldn't get it done. But, again, you ended up going against fucking Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. So, but I love Kyle Shanahan, and like I said, if he can get the most out of anybody, even if it is a Mac Jones at 3, don't be surprised if, you know, he ends up panning out. Like I said, I mean, when I look at it on paper, I don't know how much better Mac Jones is, better than Jimmy G. They're kind of similar. Rejected. Go, 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 go. But the thing is, if Jimmy G can't stay healthy, that's where they're looking for a replacement. Whoa! Splash! Big shot. Wow, opening up the fucking floodgates. Remember, I said it has to be by 8 points with 8 minutes. 8 points by 10 minutes. Man, they're just on fire from deep. Yeah, Mac Jones, though, you know, looking at him and, you know, if you looked at his highlights, you know, and watched Alabama, he's got really good footwork and he's a good decision maker. Yeah, he had a lot of NFL players around him. That's facts. We know Alabama is, you know, NFL university. They bring in all these amazing guys on the offensive line, running backs, wide receivers, defense, corners, safeties, linebackers, pass rushers. But he definitely has a skill set where if he goes to the Niners, I think that he could succeed, right? But if he ends up going to a different team, it might not be the same kind of results just based on the supporting cast and the coaching. Because you got to think, for any team that's wanting a quarterback, the Niners have the best supporting cast and the best play caller that's needing a quarterback right now, right? So if it's Mac Jones, Fields, or Trey Lance, the Niners got it. You got Fred, you know, you got a lot of nice pieces, you know, that are there. You know, DeForest Buckner's no longer there, but you still got Eric Armstead. You know, you got amazing linebacking core. You know what I mean? Even though Richard Sherman's not there, that's okay. You got Bosa. Fred Warner is top 4 linebacker in the league. Big facts. You know, I got him and Darius Leonard, Bobby Wagner, Devin White on my Bucks. So it could happen. I mean, like I said, the film that I see, you know, I see things that in Mac Jones that I like more than Justin Fields, but with Trey Lance, it's kind of enticing if he goes I thought maybe the Niners or the Panthers, but now they're not going to go for a QB. They're not going for, so that could open the door for like the Bears, to get Justin Fields or Trey. But I don't know if it would work out for Chicago because they got horrible coaching. I'm not a believer in Nagy, and obviously with the defense, as once went to Denver to be the head coach, the defense hasn't been the same either. They got names, but I don't know. Denver might want to move on from Drew Lock at some point, but the Bears are going to be looking for one. Few teams are going to be kind of reaching and looking, but it might be the most overrated quarterback class ever. I don't know. But, if Mac Jones doesn't go to the Niners, I'm not sold on him. You know what I mean? It has to be that team, that situation. But if anyone can get the most out of the quarterback, it's Kyle Shanahan, whether it be Trey Lance, Mac Jones, or Justin Fields. And I'm not big on Ohio State quarterbacks, but if anyone could, end the curse of Ohio State quarterbacks, it's Kyle Shanahan. I just absolutely love him as a play caller and head coach. I would love to have him in Tampa. Probably never going to happen, but that's my first pick in the draft as coach, Kyle Shanahan. Second, Sean McVay. Lots of respect for both of those guys, just based on all the film and all the reading that I've done, and very microscope watching those guys handle their teams and their leadership. Love those guys. All right, 67-51. 12:51 left. We got to have Gonzaga go on a big run here. And they got to minimize the threes that they take. All right, they got to just pound the rock, go for two, all right, and try to get them in foul trouble. Nice play right there off the glass. But if they can get the clock to stop and pound the block with some post-ups, and some jumpers, that might be the only way they crawl back into this game. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get hot at three because we haven't seen it all game. And Baylor's still the more aggressor. They're the aggressive team. They're rebounding better. And they're the team that's hot from three. They touched a nerve with you, Cash Out. That's what happens, man, with the NFL, man. You get people that will talk about your quarterback or talk about your team. Sometimes people can handle it. Sometimes people can't, especially with, the NFL fans. That's how it goes. Everyone's got an opinion. You know how that goes, my guy. They say, you touched a nerve. Cash Out, you talked about his quarterback. You got him mad. But I get it, man. Nathan Dotson, not necessarily trying to talk shit, but there definitely is some facts in there. But like I said, if you get a Stephon Diggs, rejected. I think Lamar can take his game to the next level. He's definitely got to stop running as much. You know what I mean? But once you get some good wide receivers, it's like Josh Allen. He wasn't that great. His completion percentage was shit, right? But people liked him because of him hurdling guys, and he was making plays with his feet. But completion percentage wasn't that good. Then here comes Stephon Diggs, and then boom, AFC Championship game. Lots of touchdowns, lots of receptions, and I think the same thing could, happen. I mean, imagine if A.J. Brown was on the Ravens. What kind of numbers that we would get? Or even guys like Tyler Lockett. You know what I mean? You just need more talent there. But also offensive line is a key. Coaching is going to be a key. At some point, the Ravens and Steelers might have to fire their coaches and find new ones. Tomlin and Harbaugh, we know they're legendary, but at some point, that voice might go to deaf ears, and you're going to have to go somewhere else, Sammy Watkins ain't that bad, you know what I mean? He's just injury prone, you know what I mean? He's never going to be a guy that's a number one or number two. He's always going to be a number three guy. You just got to pray that he can stay healthy for more than half the season. Yeah, that's the problem. But when he is healthy, he is a weapon. He can get you touchdowns. When he's healthy, he's better than Hollywood Brown. In my opinion, if he's healthy and he's running routes crisp and he gets plenty of looks and targets, because it seems like Hollywood Brown, obviously him and Lamar got a rift, because he doesn't get the football enough, you know what I mean? But you got to be able to run more routes than just the fucking deep ball. But Mark Andrews is nice. I love him. I think that's, undeniable. That's a top 5 tight end in the league. You can't really talk shit about Mark Andrews. I love him. And he's diabetic, and he's still fucking kicking ass. I mean, So, I can kind of relate with my family and the diabetes and everything, how hard that would be. And Mark Andrews is a stud. That's big facts. So at least you got that going for you. You got one stud that no one can talk shit about I would want him on my team. I think anyone would take a Mark Andrews on their team. Yeah, Hollywood's kind of overrated. But again, if you had some other weapons and he didn't have to be the number one guy, it might be better suited for him. Like if he was like the third option, Mark Andrews is like second option. You have a number one receiver, and then Mark Andrews, and then someone else, and then Hollywood. Then things might be better. But you got to build. You got to start from the top. You got to build from the top. The owner, the GM, OC, DC, head coach, O-line. But the main thing that I've seen that has been different is the O-line. Without a good O-line presence, you're never going to be able to compete like you did when you did have the O-line, when it was Mark Ingram, when he had like 15, 20 touchdowns. A big reason of that was Marshall Yanda, Hall of Famer. So it shows you one Hall of Famer or one or two really good linemen make all the difference in the passing game and the running game. Big facts. All right, 67-53, 11:45 left. Let's see. I know Gonzaga will have their run, but I don't know if it'll be enough to be able to hold them down. That's true. But like I said, just wait for their Stephon Diggs to come. Eventually it'll come to them, and you'll see, hopefully, Lamar at that point stay in the pocket more. But at this point, there's a lot of doubters for good reason. A lot of running around with his head cut off. But if you end up getting a true number one receiver, I truly believe his numbers are going to spike and skyrocket just like Josh Allen's did. Accuracy will be better. People won't question that as much. He won't run around with his head cut off as much. You know what I mean? He can stay in the pocket. And he's not necessarily the best thrower of the football, but he's definitely not the worst. Lamar Jackson. Offensive foul. Wow.
Always in the right spot. By the way, mentioned Butler being an AD. I think we'll be taking a cut today, though.
69-53. Timmy with 4 fouls, and that was supposed to be the guy that was going to help him win this game. And he has 12 points. But if you don't have that post presence, you're not playing defense. You're not getting the ball. The other team's hitting threes. The other team's out rebounding you. The other team's more aggressive. Man, too much Baylor. Too much Baylor. So many people are losing millions of dollars tonight. Millions of dollars. Thank God I didn't bet on this game. Starting to get a little out of hand here. A couple more 3-point attempts and a couple big misses. Baylor will just pound it inside, and then this one, we already thought it was pretty much over, but now it's getting to the point where Gonzaga doesn't even believe anymore. Baylor Bears, Gonzaga Bulldogs, live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. And I know most of y'all that are in the building probably already did. Smash the fucking like button. Most of y'all already did. Donate to your boy if you can, either on here, patreon.com/NWSF, or the GoFundMe. NWSF Chain Gang in the building. And if you're looking for merch, Northwest Sports Fanatic merch, buy yourself a fucking hoodie. They're only $34.99. Cop one. Make your boy O-Dog happy. And support the brand. Do it for the brand, baby. Who else works harder than your boy? Nobody. 73-53. 20-point game. Come on now. Nice. There you go. Suggs. Finally. And like I said, a lot of times when teams peak and they have that emotional win, with that Suggs, that might have been maybe a little overconfident, maybe that they gave everything in that game. and they took Baylor for granted. They were like, we're going to go in here and we're going to make history. We're going to be the first team to go undefeated in 40, 50 years. And they maybe were a little too cocky going into this game. You know, maybe too emotional after that win against UCLA. And Baylor was like, all right, fuck you, man. I'll go in here and I'll be the underdog and we're going to beat the brakes off of you. But I haven't seen really Gonzaga win really one statistic so far. Hustle, Baylor. Rebounds, Baylor. 3-point game, Baylor. I mean, it's been all Baylor all day. It's like Tampa Bay, man. If I didn't have offensive line and defense, I mean, there's no chance for me to get the results that I did, you know, in the playoffs as well as the Super Bowl, and that's big facts. And everyone told me how bad the offensive line was for Tampa and how horrible my secondary was, and that ended up being one of the biggest assets for my team, you know, this season and the playoffs. So even though the secondary was young, Carlton Davis, Jamel Dean, Sean Murphy Bunting, Antoine Winfield Jr., they got one of the best up-and-coming secondaries for years to come. I kept telling people that, but everyone said I was crazy or a fucking idiot. Well, I proved them wrong. And then the offensive line is top 10 in the league. You know, you got lots of strong pieces on that offensive line. Tristan Wirfs was great. That was an amazing draft pick. The best offensive lineman in last year's draft was Tristan Wirfs, hands down. So, you know, everyone's going to have an opinion, but it's up to people to be able to come together. And if I didn't have Todd Bowles, that it wouldn't have happened either. I mean, it was a collective thing. It wasn't just all Brady and all Gronk and AB, even though the media wants to make you believe that. I mean, it was a team effort. I really had to have the full collective unit. But coaching is a big part of it, too. Gregorio Gonzalez should have been UCLA Baylor, I agree. And I think UCLA would have put up a bigger fight. Agreed. There we go. Suggs is starting to catch fire. Starting to get fire. Back-to-back threes. But like I said, you would had to be within like 8 points with like 10 minutes to go, 8 to 10. And you know, you pretty much have to lock them down, which you haven't proven that you can do all game, right? And then you're going to have to go on this huge, massive like 16-0 run. And we're not going to get that here tonight. Gonzaga so close, you know, to be undefeated, right? They usually get bounced in the Sweet 16 and they underachieve. They finally go undefeated, have the emotional bank shot against UCLA, and then now they drop it. I mean, how heartbreaking is that? Man. Go Dodgers, my guy. You an A's fan or a Dodgers fan, Gregorio Gonzalez. I'm going to be doing a lot of Dodger games this season for my dad. My dad's a big Dodger fan since the 50s, so I'll be doing a lot of MLB live streams this year and moving forward as well. Flo Thamba fouled out. Nice block. Man, Gonzaga, that's got to be rough. For you're a huge Dodger fan. Nice. My dad is too. I'm a big fan also. So yeah, I'm not sure if you got a chance to see my other Dodger live stream that I did earlier. Well, it was obviously when we lost in the opener with Clayton Kershaw. But I know at the end of the month they are going to be playing the Padres, one of the main rivals with Tatis Jr. So when that game is on, I don't know if it's Sunday Night Baseball, but I'm definitely going to be doing that. I live in Oregon, so I don't get all the games. My dad's got the MLB extra innings, and he watches all 162 games, and he's been a fan since the 1950s. So that's a team that I root for the most because of my dad, and I'm going to be doing a lot of Dodger live streams, so I look forward to seeing you in there if I do some, obviously, later on this season. Go Dodgers, my guy. Go blue. (75-59) Baylor beating the brakes off of Gonzaga. Nice backdoor cut. Out of bounds. Panthers fan. I'm a Pats fan now. Fuck this. I want Cam back. Oh, my God. I can't wait to see him play for us. So, Comics likes it, right? For the Panthers, other Panthers fans, not too thrilled. But, I mean, if he gets you to the playoffs and CMC stays healthy, of course you're going to love him. anything better than what you're getting with Teddy Bridgewater. You know, can't have short-term views. You got to look long-term. And then if you get the next George Kittle or Travis Kelce because you got Sam Darnold, yeah, you're going to absolutely love that. You grew up in the Bay Area, really love going to A's games as well as Ricky. You watch the Dodgers stream? Oh, nice. Yeah, Jose Canseco follows me, believe it or not, yeah, on social media. But yeah, Dodgers, I mean, I'm a big Dodgers guy too. My dad's been a fan of the 50s. I met Sandy Koufax, when I was 10, the Dodger legend. Like I said, my dad has so much memorabilia, baseballs, autograph photos, anything you could think of, bobbleheads, all kinds of knickknacks. But yeah, I mean, for someone that's been watching for, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, I mean, someone that's been watching for pretty much his whole life, 60 plus years, you know what I mean? It's definitely something that's a part of us, and I love the Dodgers. I mean, like I said, I'm a Ken Griffey Jr. guy, but the Mariners fucking blow. You know what I mean? They haven't been to the playoffs since 2001. Their organization paired up with Nintendo blows. Anytime they get someone good, they just let them go. So Kyle Lewis will end up going somewhere after winning Rookie of the Year last year, probably to a team like the Dodgers for nothing, like we did with Corey Seager. You know what I mean? So even though I'll try to watch the Mariners and I'll go to Seattle, usually it'll be go to Seattle to watch the Yankees or the Dodgers, when I go with my dad. But the Dodgers is the team that I follow the most because of my dad. And usually the games are on earlier. The Seattle games are on so fucking late. They're on at like 7, 7:30. And if you're in the East Coast, it's like 10, 10:30. So if I live stream that, I mean, I'm not going to be able to do that with another part-time job or full-time job and being a full-time YouTuber. So I'm just going to have to take advantage of those Dodger matchups that are on at like 1, 4, 5. But I'm excited, man. I know the Dodgers are primed to win another pennant and go back-to-back. And like I said, they might miss Kike Hernandez. They're going to miss a little bit of Jock Peterson. But, I think with Trevor Bauer outage, I'll take that trade-off because you're going to need pitching because we know Walker Buehler's a stud. Dustin May, stud. Urias is a stud, right? But you're going to need someone to pick up the pace when Kershaw's off, and Bauer's that guy. So I know, seriously, my dad, yeah, absolutely. The shoes were great. Yeah, I got Griffey jerseys. I met Ken Griffey Jr., got his autograph, still have it on the rookie cards. So, I mean, if it wasn't meeting Ken Griffey Jr. and Sandy Koufax when I was 7 and 10, I probably wouldn't be a baseball fan and have that connection because of my dad. It was a lot easier to follow NFL and NBA when I was younger, but I'm glad that I have that connection. And like I said, I got a Kike Hernandez foul ball. If you heard that story that I had last time we went to the Dodger games in Seattle, I almost got 2 foul balls in 2 days. For one from Nelson Cruz when he was on the team, who hit a fucking blast for the Twins today. That was on ESPN earlier, and it went 1 seat to the next to me, and then I missed it, and then I ended up getting the Kike Hernandez foul ball. I got bloody knees for 9 innings after, but it was worth it. Yeah, go Dodgers, man. I love them. Yeah, and they didn't win a championship, as you know, a pennant since 1988. Kirk Gibson, Oral Hershiser. So I was wanting, since my dad's got diabetes and he's a little bit older, 69, 70 years old, I wanted him to be able to see them win a championship before it's too late. But I think there's a good chance to go and win another one and maybe another one. So I'm just trying to cash in and spend as much time with my dad while he's living and watch these Dodger games as much as I can because that's what my dad loves the most out of sports. He's a Northwest sports fanatic too. I mean, if you're willing to watch all 162 games of your favorite baseball team, if that's not a fanatic, I don't know what the fuck is. Big facts. 75-59 Baylor beating the brakes off of Gonzaga. That emotional win with UCLA might have just been too much with Jalen Suggs. Very emotional. Got a lot of love and a lot of pub in the media. But, I mean, definitely they didn't want to shit the bed like this. Defense has been atrocious for Gonzaga. And then that reputation again. Nice 3. Of being a choke artist team. 75-62, 13 points. So, I mean, there is a little hope. There's 7 minutes left. But, I mean, they got to play the best defense of the season. And they got to hit some threes. They got to stop the clock with some and ones. I mean, you got to be able to draw some charges. I mean, this is really where you buckle down. The chances of Gonzaga even tying this game is probably like 1%. Look at the rebounding by Baylor. Second chance attempt. Dodger up 7-0. Nice. Yeah, I should call my dad. I know he's watching. I just wish that in Oregon that they showed more of the Dodger games. Like I said, I'll get the ESPN and I'll get the Fox Sports ones. But, I mean, unless I go to my dad's house and watch them on MLB Extra Innings, it's like they don't show them enough. I'm like, they just won the fucking pennant. They're the best team in baseball. You know what I mean? Like, show them. I mean, I want to watch them. I want to watch them every day. But I just got to be able to take with what I can get, I guess, out here in Oregon. Where do you live right now, Gregorio? I know you said you grew up in the Bay Area. Do you live in California still, or do you live somewhere else?
And a bad day the next day. That's what we say about you.
77-62.
They got to go through Timmy a little bit. Ball screen, get into the box, get the mismatch they want.
NWSF chain gang in the building, baby. Oh, travel. Idiot. What the fuck was he doing? Goddamn, pineapples are good. I don't know if you guys like pineapple as much as me, right? But it's just one of those things when you don't eat it very often and then you eat it, it's just so fucking good. Well, I'm going on a diet. I'm a fat ass, right? So I guess I have to start eating things that I'd rather be eating fucking cheeseburgers right now, but, you know. Oh, nice steal. Flagrant one. Uh-oh. This is big. You still live in the Bay? Yeah, my dream is to be able to take my dad. The Dodgers play Seattle here pretty soon, but my dad's too scared with COVID. He's got his shots. They play in like 15 days, like on April 19th and 4/20. And I was like, Dad, we should go, watch our team. We should go watch the Dodgers, but it's on like a Monday or Tuesday. My dad's retired, but he's a little too scared, I think, with the COVID and everything. And he's been really, I mean, I saw him for the first time in like a year to have Easter Sunday with him. I mean, I saw him for like 2 minutes on Thanksgiving, 2 minutes on Christmas when he stopped by to drop stuff off. But I haven't got a chance to hang out with him in about a year. And that was a big part of like my mental health not being too good by not being able to see him and hang out with him. But yeah, it's just crazy, man. I want to be able to take him, though, to Los Angeles to see the Sandy Koufax statue and to actually watch a game in L.A. I mean, that's kind of a dream of mine, to be able to take him there with, like, really good seats, too, because he's from L.A. He grew up in L.A.
They run their zone like a man-to-man defense. I mean, it's impressive how they just cover for each other, multiple efforts. Very well said. Beautiful to watch.
Jameson Meza, bang! Thank you, man. $4.99, my guy. Appreciate that. Thank you. And I appreciate that. Anyone that donates, I mean, if it's $1, $2, $5, I remember you, and I remember everyone that donates, everyone that comments, everyone that shows the love. It means a lot. That'll go towards the taxes, the rent, the dream, so I'm going to keep grinding and working hard. And like I said, I like having the relationship and the vibe, just to be able to talk. And as you guys know, obviously, I'm not fake. I'm real. I'll speak my mind. I'll be truthful about things. If you have things about addiction or depression, I mean, I've been through it. So, but like I said, sports and just being here and being able to interact, with you guys. You guys are the best fans on planet Earth. And I know if I keep working hard and keep grinding, the numbers are going to come. The sponsorships are going to come. The influencer, for me to be that person for that other person's company, those opportunities will come. It's just a matter of putting my head down and grinding and never changing and never being different, never getting, stuck up and, thinking I'm better, than everyone else once I get rich or once I get to like 100K subscribers. Is just, being true to myself. And I appreciate you, man. That, because little things like that, just someone saying thank you, someone, for, recognizing the grind and saying it and donating, it means a lot, or if I'm their favorite, YouTube channel or whatever it is, or you enjoy the football content or the MLB content, whatever it is, it's always great to hear, that the love is there and the hard work is recognized. 'Cause it's tough, man, sometimes. 80-63. But I don't think anyone's going to really match my energy on the NFL scene. Appreciate that, Gregorio. I mean, like I said, I can do NFL, and I'm always going to be known for doing NFL and college football, but I don't think anyone will ever match my knowledge and my energy. And I think that's one thing that the sponsors and I think fans, they know me by. Not being biased, covering all 32 teams, but just having more energy and being entertaining and bringing it, every NFL game, every NFL reaction. And I feel that the MLB, I'm very excited about that too. Tatis left the game. And I love MLB, and I love it, Gregorio, that you love MLB and you love the Dodgers. Jameson Meza, you love baseball. You love the Braves. So it's like cool to be able to have fans that are like me and my dad, because I know I got them on the NFL side and the wrestling side and the college football side, but not as many on the MLB side. You have to have played when you were a kid or had some kind of connection. And I love MLB. 80-63. Wish this game was a little bit closer, but it is what it is. But every, notification counts. Every dollar in the chat donated counts. Smashes of the like button counts. Everyone that just participates and hanging out with your boy, greatly appreciated. Love you guys very much, man. Is it Tatis injured? What's up with him? Nice shot. Baylor Bears, and then the Stanford women. So that you never know. Remember when we thought the tournament started, a lot of people thought Michigan Wolverines, right? And then UConn. Page was amazing. We didn't think that they would fall short, but that's why in March Madness anything can happen. I mean, in the NBA, Lakers, Nets, you kind of have an idea. With NFL, it's kind of hard to gauge sometimes. MLB, I don't think anyone thought Tampa Bay was going to get there against the Dodgers. I mean, I think a lot of us were hoping for Yankees, Dodgers, just like my dad used to watch when he was a kid, like back in the old Mickey Mantle era. And at some point, we might get Dodgers, Yankees, I'm hoping, at some point, because I think that would be probably best for ratings, but you never know. I already know Atlanta will bounce back. Padres are going to be looking for blood. And like I said, that'll be a big rivalry with the Dodgers for years to come. Love it. And we'll see what the American League can do, if they can keep up. But I think the National League is easily, the best league in baseball, and it has been for, a few years now. Appreciate that, man. You a Chargers fan, Gregorio? Justin Herbert?
Current eligible Buick owners use purchase allowance and loyalty cash to get up to 18% below MSRP.
Astros, yeah. I mean, that year, Yu Darvish fucked up or whatever, but that was the year they should have won. And obviously when they played the Red Sox, they weren't going to win that one. The Red Sox just pretty much beat the brakes off of them, but the Astros won. That was the one that – but you know what? But that World Series pennant last year meant even more, because all the struggles, and having to go up and down, and finally getting Mookie Betts and getting a top 5 player, that really is what got him over the hump. And then Clayton Kershaw had a great postseason instead of choking like he normally does. So he kind of, rewrote his legacy, but it was really Mookie Betts, Walker Buehler stepping up and being a stud, Clayton Kershaw pitching good, in, the postseason finally. But, you had guys, Corey Seager was great. You had Jock Peterson and Kike Hernandez in clutch situations. And then obviously we know Cody Bellinger is a stud. Love Mookie and I love Cody Bellinger. Those are my, 2 best position players that I love to watch. Love Kike, but he's no longer there. And then obviously Clayton Kershaw, the OG, triple OG, Walker Buehler. But Trevor Bauer outage. He might be the number 1 pitcher on the team. Got him. Buehler should pitch second, and then Kershaw should probably go all the way down to third, because I think if we would have had Bauer pitch game 1 on opening day, we would have won. It's just he wasn't very good in spring training. My dad watched a bunch of games out of like the 25 games, and they went like 500 in spring training. I think my dad watched like 20 of them, and he usually watches them all. So I did see the Space Jam trailer. I did. Scott Drew. Baylor Bears, Gonzaga Bulldogs, number 1 seed versus number 1 seed for the men's college basketball championship. Live play-by-play and reactions with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. You like Seeger? Yeah, and like I said with the Mariners, you get guys like Seeger, and then you go somewhere else and then blows up, Adam Jones, another one. Remember Adam Jones? And then he goes to the Orioles and goes to the other teams, and it's just. I didn't really like A-Rod. Fuck A-Rod, you know what I mean? He's the only one that I don't really like, and I've never liked him. But I always love Griffey. I love Randy Johnson. That's my favorite pitcher. Griffey, my favorite player of all time. I loved Edgar Martinez. Love Edgar. Best DH ever, right? And then Ichiro. I'm half Japanese, so of course I love Ichiro. Those were my main ones, but never had any love for A-Rod. Love Jay Buhner. They had Tino Martinez and some of those other guys in the past, but... Yeah, Corey Seager, yeah. I knew what you meant. I knew you weren't talking about Kyle. I knew you were talking about Corey. Yeah. He was a stud. Still is a stud. And he was the hottest in spring, and obviously spring training. Got the MVP, even though probably Mookie deserved it. But he's a stud, man. I'm excited to see what he does and how he plays moving forward. 82-65. This one's almost over. I was hoping this game was going to be a little bit closer like the UCLA game, but that's what happens sometimes in these matchups. 54-53, Stanford beating Arizona for the women's. That was right down to the wire. But like I said, Baylor was just on fire from deep early. Defense was piss poor for Gonzaga. They didn't switch. They didn't get over. They didn't double. They were getting out-rebounded, out-hustled, outclassed. I mean, I don't really want to compare it to the Buccaneers against the Chiefs, but 82-65 from all the experts. I mean, there was no one picking Baylor. Like, they were just that much just out of it. Like, this team has no shot. And everyone everyone had Gonzaga winning by 5 to 10 or more. That's perfect motivation for the underdog. But three-point game can kill you. Hustle can kill you. Defense, rebounding. But especially in basketball, defense and rebounding are big. Just like in football, being able to hold teams on third down, forcing punts, getting field goals instead of touchdowns. I mean, it's huge. It's huge in sports. Coaching is really big, too. I'm not saying Mark Few from Gonzaga is a shitty coach, but he definitely got out-coached today. That's big facts. Yeah. I think the Braves are going to turn it around, man. Like I said, and not the start that you wanted, but I love Acuna, Freddie Freeman. I love watching them play. And like I said, if it's not the Padres and the Dodgers going at it, the Braves and the Dodgers will be going at it for many, many years too. So don't worry. They'll be able to bounce back, my guy. Could be worse. You could be the Red Sox fan. The Red Sox might go 0-162. I mean, I know Mariners sometimes are bad, but, God, Boston looks really bad this year. They might be able to turn it around, but there's going to be some really bad teams this year. Should have never traded Mookie Betts. Thank you so much, Boston. Nice steal. There you go. Too much pressure. Rivalry is back, baby. And they're fun to watch, you know what I mean? I remember watching them on TBS all the time, Cubs on WGN. I'll have to show off some of the Dodger memorabilia that I have. I mean, my dad's got so much, but I got Cody Bellinger bobbleheads, and I got a lot of stadium giveaways too, because me and my dad are pretty active on eBay and garage sales and all kinds of stuff. But we always like to go to find those rare items, and sometimes we gotta buy them from people in LA, when they go to the games. But yeah, lots of bobbleheads and crazy memorabilia. Love bobbleheads, especially ones that are issued in game. Jameson Meza, you're on point, my guy.
Obviously not finishing the deal here tonight. So disappointing for them, but the season they had, the adversity, COVID protocols, to be able to weather that storm, carry that title of #1 all season.
All right, boring old biddy. Appreciate that, man. Go Saints. I know you love your team. Appreciate it. I know we wanted this game to be a little bit better, but just you taking the time to be able to watch the game with me means a lot to me. Love you guys. I appreciate you guys very much. Boring old biddy. I know you will be back, and I'll be doing all the Saints coverage. Don't worry about that. I'll be the #1 source for reaction videos and for the live play-by-play and reactions for the NFC South. Appreciate you, my guy. 1 minute left. Well, not the game that we expected, is it, guys? We definitely thought this would be a little bit better. But like I said, gave me an opportunity to play around with a little bit of the green screen. Don't normally do basketball. Of course, I'll probably do some NBA Finals. I'll do some Lakers, and I'll do some, Nets, even though that's kind of bullshit, on how the NBA is at right now. If David Stern was alive, this would not happen. But I know LeBron's got a ways to come back. AD's still injured. You got Kyrie, you got KD, Blake Griffin, LaMarcus Aldridge, James Harden. It's some bullshit, but whatever. When it's on, I'll probably do some live streams for the NBA just because it'll be on, and it's the NBA Finals. So we can either root for LeBron, root for him to win, root for him to lose, root for KD or Kyrie to win or lose. Man, rough loss for Gonzaga after that big emotional win. You cashed out all those emotions, man, in that UCLA game. So close, but just so far away. And they may never get this close again, especially with that kind of record. And it's not like they lost by like 1 or 2 or 3. I mean, they got fucking blown out. They just didn't come to play. They took the team for granted. All right. 16-point win, 86-70. Wow. Baylor Bears. Wow, unbelievable. Baylor Bears are the champion for 2021 men's, Stanford Cardinal for the women's. Final score in the championship game, Baylor Bears 86, Gonzaga Bulldogs 70. Man, he said Bucks Chiefs all over again. Man. Well, I appreciate every single one of y'all spending time with me, even though this game was not as close as we hoped. If you didn't get a chance to watch my Sam Darnold traded to the Panthers, a reaction and breakdown, Gregorio Gonzalez, go Dodgers. I'm going to have to catch up on some MLB. I'm going to switch the channel, end the stream, and watch a little baseball, probably hang out with the girlfriend here a little bit. But if you didn't get a chance to watch a Sam Darnold video, please do. Love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Jameson, Mesa, and Odin's Child with the donations today. And I got one question for you. Who talk sports like us? Your boy Ryan, Northwest Sports Fanatics. Peace. Love you guys. See you very soon.